And we welcome you to the home opener here in 2017 on the campus of Lindenwood University. I'm Adam Ziske, Scott Manziara to my left as we welcome the Northeastern State Oklahoma Riverhawks. That's what they are. I forgot their nickname for a second. Anyway, but a game that didn't go so well in week one for us. We came home with a 35-14 loss, but hey, some positives to build off of, right?
Yeah, a lot of positives to build off of, actually. On the offensive side of the ball, new quarterback and experienced running back. The experienced running back being Kalen Campbell actually had his second possession of the game, rushed for 47 yards, but after that it was actually kind of a little bit downhill. He ended up finishing with 52 yards in the game. The last 7 possessions of the game, Lindenwood actually was all punt. So trying to build off of that going into this week.
Hey, it's a year of first, too. We have a new quarterback, a new system, and also a new head coach. Tell us a little bit about Mr. Stugart.
Yeah, Coach Jed Stugart in his first game here at Lindenwood. He's so excited. Got a chance to talk to him a little bit before the game, and he's even more ecstatic about the fact that it's a new team. They have some new uniforms. They have a new lion logo on their helmet. Also, Coach Stugart coming from a very, very good program in Sioux Cities. His first year there actually led them to a playoff berth in the MIAA. His last 3 years was very successful as well.
And for more on the field, we go downstairs with Joe Ramett. Joe?
First game of the season, so everyone's excited. And that's it for me. Back up to you guys in the studio, man.
Good set to go. The time is about to go here this afternoon as we get set for another edition of Lindenwood football this season.
Lions home openers are always so exciting. There's just such a great atmosphere. You can see the Lions in the black and gold, the Riverhawks in all whites with the green and black helmet. Very cool uniforms on display tonight. As like I said in the open, Lions sporting a little bit of a new helmet. Actually have the old Detroit Lions logo.
Nice night for football, I'll say that, and that's good because I'm about sick of baseball. I don't know about you, but I'm glad that we have football back in our lives. We have the NFL kickoff later on this evening, but first we have LU football to attend to as we just are about ready for kickoff once again. The ball is on the tee at the 35-yard line, and away we go. This afternoon, nice crowd on hand for the Lindenwood side. The student section almost packed. This side near us, near the booth, is completely packed, so that's awesome. Good to see everybody out here enjoying themselves on a very beautiful night. This ball hit high in the air, deep downfield, taken near the goal line in the end zone. It will be returned out to the 5, to the 10, still on his feet. Across the 15 to the 20, 30, cutting back left side, 40 to midfield.
And that was Bakari Triggs on the return there. He looked like he just had a great burst of speed. I don't know if he saw something in the end zone because I was thinking it was a little bit crazy for him to take it out when he was about 4 yards deep.
All right, Najee Jackson. What do we know about Najee, Scott?
Now, Najee in his second career start, his first career start here at Lindenwood in Harlan C. Stadium, went 15 for 30 last week, but had an outstanding start before the defense of UCO started blitzing a lot, and it really got into his head.
Looks like we had a flag on the play, maybe an illegal block in the back. I did not see the call, but the Lions will start from deep in their own territory on their first possession of the game.
Well, you had to imagine something happened because Triggs just had a wide open hole going down the far right side of the field.
Jackson from the shotgun has one man to his left. That's Kalen Campbell. Mason Bendigo, the tight end. On first down, 10 to go. 3 down linemen, 2 showing blitz on the edge. Jackson, handoff left side for Campbell. Breaks one tackle across the 15, brought down at the 15.5-yard line. A nice pickup on first down. It brings up second down long.
And that's where Campbell gets most dangerous, when he gets outside of the tackles and tries to run the ball straight up field. Ended up getting a couple yards, but that's exactly what you want from him.
2 wide left side for the Lions. Deshaun Warren and Kendall Sparks. Bendigo near the backfield alongside Jackson. A man in motion this time from right to left. Jackson will keep it himself on the sweep option. Across the 20-yard line, spin move to the 25, dragging 2 defenders near the 30. Nearing midfield, finally pushed out at the 50-yard line. Hey, now it's not so bad, right, Scott?
No, and Najee with a great stiff arm on the defensive back, but that play does not happen without a great block from Akeel Williams. He sealed that side of the field, allowed Jackson to run towards the sideline and up the field.
Something we did not see a lot of last year with secondary blocking.
No, and Coach liked to say that the wide receivers in this team love to block as well. Obviously, that was an offensive lineman on the play, but just great showing.
3 wide receiver set. This time Jackson will keep it himself, not so much. He is tripped up at the 50-yard line. Is that a flag that came in late? We'll have to see if there's some laundry on the field. I don't think so. Just the gold cleats. What do you think about those?
Those are very stylish. It's almost like they just are a little bit different color in their pants, but I still do love them.
The Detroit Lion logo on the helmets, as you mentioned tonight. From the shotgun, Jackson. Bendigo, the tight end, right side. A man in motion this time. Kalen Campbell in the slot left side. 2-by-2 set. Jackson back to pass. Looks across the middle. Sets his feet. Fires deep downfield near the 10-yard line. It is caught inside the 10. All right. First down and goal, Lindenwood, as they are driving on their first possession of their home season.
And that's senior Kendall Sparks. It looked like it was going to be a little too far for him. He put the afterburners on, trying to get to it, laid out for it, and ended up maintaining possession all the way through. Almost in for a touchdown, but now first and goal for the Lions.
That'll be top 10 on Lion Pride Sports, right?
It absolutely will.
Throwing you guys a plug. All right. 13 minutes left to play early on. First quarter, no score as Lindenwood is knocking on the door. Bendigo, the tight end, wide left side. Kendall Sparks, number 4. 3 stacked right side as well. Campbell in the backfield alongside Najee Jackson. A man in motion this time. Najee Jackson lost the ball. He gets it back. Able to scoot out of the pocket. Drug down inside the 10 at the 9.5. In fact, a loss of a couple yards on the play.
A great play by Jalen Hall to shed the block on the outside to face up Jackson one-on-one, and he didn't get fooled by the play.
Second down, goal to go inside the 10 for Lindenwood. 20 on the play clock, 2 wide left side, 1 split right side. Jackson from the shotgun. He has Campbell alongside with him in the backfield. Bendigo, the tight end, lined up left side. Possibly some power football here from the Lions. Campbell shimmies in motion, 7 on the play clock now. Jackson right side for Campbell, cutting back inside the 5, makes a man miss. Touchdown LU, will take it.
Oh my goodness, and what a move. Campbell looked like he was going right for the pylon. He shimmied right past the 2 linebackers and just cut inside, wide open lane. Touchdown Lions.
Finally hearing the band at home for the first time this year after a scoring play, always good. As we see the PAT, this time number 89 if I'm not mistaken. Which that is incorrect, number 88. We'll try that. That is Travis Sproul, the junior from Festus, Missouri. The kick is up. It is through. And Lindenwood has an early 7-0 lead. You like where this is going, don't you?
I love what I see from the offense, and this is a lot like we saw last week. They didn't score any points in their first possession, but it was very promising. Very good drive from the offense. It looked like they were going to start at the 40, remember. Came all the way back to the 10, kept their composure, had a 90-yard drive.
And before we forget it, we want to thank everyone involved in today's broadcast, all the way in the technical room to the cameramen. We thank you for volunteering your Thursday here to be with us. Should be a lot of fun here tonight, and we hope it is. 7-0 Lindenwood on top, as we will get you the official stats in a moment from the drive. But what I like most is we found the running game and we weren't one-dimensional, right? Our quarterback looked comfy in the pocket. He made a good throw, and then our running backs did the rest.
And that's so important because once you establish the run and you're able to pass, it opens up a lot of things for your offense. If your running game's not working and they know you have to pass, they're going to drop back, sit in the zone coverage, and it's going to be a lot of turnovers, a lot of incomplete passes, which is what UCO was able to do last week once they got the lead.
Barrett Foley is a freshman, a true freshman that is, not a redshirt. He has it on the tee at the 35-yard line. 12 minutes left to play early on first quarter. 7-0 Lions on top. 2 men back deep to return for the Riverhawks. A low line drive kick, end over end on the sides, taken at the 5-yard line out to the 10, cutting back right side of the 15, now 20. He makes a man miss to the 29.5-yard line. First and 10 for NSU inside their own 30.
Both good returns from both sides. Special teams so important in football, and you sometimes take it for granted when you're watching NFL Sundays on how good these special teams players are, because that sometimes can be the difference of the game. Those extra points, those field goals, and especially the battle of the field position, which is what we're dealing with right here.
All right, so Don McKenzie was scheduled to be the starter. Instead, it's going to be Blaine Armstrong. Now, he is a native of Bolivar, Missouri, near Springfield. From the shotgun, 2 men alongside with him in the backfield as they go short pistol. Two stacked right side inside the numbers. 4 down linemen, 2 showing blitz on the edge. Armstrong, play action fake. Fires right sideline complete. Tackled by 2 Lions near the first down marker. Let's see where they spot it if he has enough, and I believe he is just short.
Armstrong actually was targeting Gary McKnight on the first pass. He actually pump faked and then looked, settled himself down, and found his other target, Zach King, the senior, on the sideline. Great composure.
You should have seen this kid play basketball in high school. My goodness.
I mean, he's just got a huge stature. It says 6'3" in the sheet, but he looks a lot bigger than 6'3".
I'll go 6'6". 2 wide left side, 1 split right side. Handoff up the middle, cutting back. Across the 40, still on his feet. Nice gain on first down. And he has enough for a fresh set of downs. That player was number 3, Rakeem Abdul, the running back, and he should get a lot of touches here tonight.
I see Don McKenzie actually on the sideline, actually trying to pump the team up over there. Does not have a helmet in his hand, standing at around the 40-yard line, but you can see that he's very, very into the game.
2 tight ends left side from the shotgun, Armstrong, as he looks to the sidelines for an audible. Plenty of time, 15 on the play clock. Boy, it feels good to have football back, doesn't it?
It's just a beautiful night here at Harlan C. Stadium.
From the short pistol, Armstrong. Handoff to Abdul. He is across the 50, brought down at the 49 of Lindenwood. A short gain on first down brings up second down medium.
And I think that's where Lindenwood thrives, is when the chance of the linebackers being able to come up to the ball and make the initial hit. Rather than getting out in open field and trying those one-on-one tackles, Lindenwood's very good at gang tackling.
Spread formation. They go empty set this time. 3 down linemen, 2 little middle linebackers, 2 high safeties near the 40. Cover 2 defense up top. They go press on the outside. Armstrong elects to keep it himself, and he is stacked up. No gain on the play. In fact, he loses 2.
And that is the transfer from SEMO. Arsante Connors coming all the way in. The freshman, redshirt freshman, just blew up that play completely. Blaine Armstrong tried to catch him off guard with the QB keeper.
That's one thing about this offseason. We had a lot of transfers come in, didn't we?
Yeah, there's a ton of them on both sides of the ball. Another freshman, a true freshman, starting at linebacker, and Drew Sears out of Parkway West.
4 wide receivers set this time. 3 wide right side. Armstrong from the gun. They go spread again. Blaine back to throw. Sets his feet. Fires across the middle. Tipped and almost picked off that time by Ace Rogers. He got a hand on it to break it up. And it brings up 4th down, and LU will finally force the Riverhawks to punt.
And I think Rogers was actually trying to make sure that the receiver did not catch the ball, and that was Michael Orr on the drop. But, Rogers almost there, almost hits him right into the chest. It looked like it squeaked right through the receiver's hands.
Kendall Sparks back deep to return, standing on his own 10-yard line. 9:37 left to play first quarter, 7-0, LU on top after a great first drive. High kick, nice kick on a line drive, taken at the 12-yard line out to the 15, cutting back 20, still on his feet near the 30, makes a man miss. 35 and brought down at the 37, first down and 10 inside the 40. We do have a flag on the play.
A 25-yard return on that one from Sparks. 2 great returns by the special teams, but Adam, it almost looked like he punted it right to him. He didn't even have to move a muscle. Made it easy on Sparks.
I don't know if we have a crowd mic or not, so we'll take a look at the official here. Good job. All right, Hank Likes, I need a break. 7-0 Lions on top. We'll be right back.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes, and you come to mine. This is it. First impression. My way in. But here's the thing. Can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Can one piece of paper really tell you my whole story? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or how anytime there was an opportunity, I was the first one to step up. Because I wasn't gonna let my life, my circumstances dictate who I was gonna become. And all of that determination, the commitment, the drive, that's me. And that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent like me.
Nice play as we begin the second drive of the ball game for Lindenwood. After scoring on their first, they lead it 7-0 with 9:10 left to play in the first quarter.
Another penalty on special teams actually brought him all the way back to the 22-yard line after a great return from Kendall Sparks.
Jackson from the shotgun. Shaquem Wharton to his left. 2 wide left side, 4 down linemen. Jackson on the read option, rolling out left side, throws on the run, complete. Across the 35-yard line to the 40, pushed out of bounds at the 43. That's Deshaun Warren with his first catch of the year.
And Warren with the senior, just knows where he is on the field. Just had that such good presence of knowing where he was on the sideline, just cutting it upfield instead of just, catching it, taking 2 steps out of bounds, making it easy. He turned his head, ran all the way upfield, got about an extra 8 yards after the catch.
Check down at the line of scrimmage, 2 wide right side, Bendigo the tight end, number 15. 2 in the mid-secondary, they go soft coverage zone on the outside. Wharton in motion from left to right. Jackson on the zone read, handoff up the middle. Wharton across midfield, 45-40, 35-30, pushed out of bounds. Inside the red zone possibly. Let's see where they spot it. They say nope, back at the 22, but that's all right. Another nice gain.
Outstanding run by Wharton. He actually got in between the tackles in that play. Outstanding blocking on the outside by the receivers to let him have a huge hole, and he just exploited it. Tried to outrun the defensive backs, but a little too quick for him.
I like the tempo here, too. Let's go. Not wait around. Get on it.
Absolutely. The play clock's not even dipping below 10 on most plays.
It's the way it ought to be. 3 wide right side. They go soft, 1 high safety inside the 10 for NSU.
Keeping the D on the heels, and they actually got a quick start there. The
Jackson
defense did.
Shaking inside the 20. Ball comes out, loose on the ground. I believe the Riverhawks have it. No doubt about it. That's a clean fumble.
And Jackson just got completely stripped on it. And it is recovered by Northeastern State.
Something not to pick on a whole lot of people, but sometimes Alan Thigpen and Alex Fadul last year would leave that ball hanging out. Have to watch that.
Well, it looked like Jackson actually had it tucked away, but it was a very veteran move by the linebacker just to grab it and rip it out of his arm.
You are correct, sir. One thing about this NSU team, they are very experienced on the defensive side of the ball. Now, they haven't looked it so far, but they have a lot of upperclassmen. Ball inside the 20-yard line at the 17. Armstrong from the short pistol, 2 wide left side. Abdul near the 20-yard line, brought down at the 20 by 3 Lions. Tenacious Purifoy in on the stop for LU. I believe he'll get credit for the tackle, and it brings up 2nd down, medium to go. Both teams like to play up tempo, one of the quicker teams in the MIAA that we will see all season long. Armstrong from the pistol, 2 men alongside with him in the backfield, 2 wide left side. Handoff left side to Abdul, dancing across the 20, brought down inside the 18-yard line. Nice tackle in the open field.
Yeah, that's a great job by Ace Rogers to make sure he got out there and sealed off the sideline, made sure that the running back didn't get outside and break it off for a big one.
Is there a better name for a football player than Ace?
I think it's Adam. Adam would be pretty good.
It's also really good. Another penalty on the Riverhawks. Back it up. Replay 2nd down. 7:07 left to play early on first quarter. We are just getting started on a tremendous night of football here in St. Charles, Missouri. With that said, let's go down on the field to Joe Remmett. Joe.
Good so far here down on the field, and the offense. Najee Jackson has been a very big focal point in this offense and the run game as well with Kalen Campbell's touchdown. So hopefully we can keep the offense up tempo and we can just keep putting more points on the board. Back to you guys up in the studio.
Thank you, Joe. As always, Joe Remmett. 2nd down, 6 to go. Ball on their own 10-yard line.
That was a great defensive play. I mean, the Lions are only rushing 3 or 4 at the most each time, and Blaine Armstrong is feeling the pressure.
And why rush more when you don't need to, right?
100%. I mean, you see 7 guys dropping back into coverage this play.
Armstrong will take off and run with it across the 20-yard line, still well shy of the first down marker as he is brought down at the 21.
And that was a great tackle by Drew Sears right there. You're looking at number 25, the freshman, got in on that tackle and really hit Armstrong good.
4th down 8 as the Lions force their second punt of the afternoon. As long as they can take care of the football, I think this can be a real shootout for Lindenwood.
And that was their first time that the Lions have turned the ball over in 2017 and under this Jed Stugart era.
Here comes the punt. The punter standing inside his own 10-yard line at the 5. Back deep to return, number 3, Kendall Sparks. This one hit high in the air, end over end, drifting inside midfield, taken near the 45-yard line at the 44 in their own territory. 1st down and 10 for Lindenwood.
And Campbell jumping up and down because he knew he had a little time, a little bit more than he expected. But that's a safe play. You know, you're getting the ball almost at midfield. Your offense has been driving both times outside of that turnover. I'm okay with him fair catching it.
Oh, yeah. And plus, why risk it when your offense has looked so good to this point too, right?
Oh, 100%. They haven't been doing anything that would give me an idea that they're going to start slowing down.
While we have a break in the action, we'll throw him another plug. Tell us about when we can catch Lion Pride Sports.
It'll be on LUTV every Wednesday. 4 to 5 is the recording, and it will be on TV within 24 hours after the broadcast.
So wait a little bit, maybe. Make sure there's no on-air cursing or anything like that. Okay.
No. Never do we have online cursing on LPS or on these Lindenwood broadcasts.
A very family-friendly show.
Absolutely.
Right here in the nestles of Lindenwood.
The Nestles.
Under the shade trees.
There we go. Thank you.
Do an outside broadcast one time. That'd be really fun. 2 wide right side, I.J. Jackson back in as we play the musical chairs of running back. This time it's Kalen Campbell, I believe. Hard to see from that angle sometimes. When it gets a little darker, we'll be able to see just fine.
And I wonder if Stugart is trying out Campbell and Wharton to see who's going to be the starter. He did a little bit of this last week as well.
Plenty of time for Jackson. He fires deep downfield. Another good ball. This time just a tad too high. Intended for Deshaun Warren. It brings up 2nd down 10.
And we saw this, the last throw that he had downfield to Sparks. Warren was running down the sideline, but he was running. He wasn't sprinting. Then all of a sudden he sees Jackson's actually throwing to him, puts on the afterburners to get out there. We actually have a flag on the play, though. It's going to be pass interference on Northeastern State.
So this is what I was thinking about the other day. As soft as the game has gotten, so to speak, why not just run the chuck and duck? You know, you're bound to get a deep ball. If you catch it, great, right? You caught it. Or a pass interference call. Either way works, correct?
Yeah, but I mean, unlike in the NFL, you're not going to get the spot of the foul. So you only get 15 yards. So if I'm a cornerback, you know, when I'm dropping back into coverage and I think he's going to beat me, why not bring him down? You're only giving up 15 yards, but fumble and Campbell in the play.
Campbell almost lost it. He gets it back, still well behind the original line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down, long to go.
That's a great awareness to know that the handoff did not go smoothly, but he still went after it and jumped on top of it rather than trying to make it a bigger play.
Sometimes in front of your home crowd, we get a little antsy, a little excited, right?
Of course. I mean, Adam, I know you even get like that.
I'm sweating profusely. 2 wide left side, 1 split right side, 3 wide receiver set. Bendigo the tight end. Inside their own 45-yard line, handoff up the middle. Kalen Campbell brought down after a maybe 1-yard gain. We'll have to see where they spot it, just shy of the 42.
And that's actually an impressive 3-yard gain. I know it didn't look like it, but Quincy Dotson, Tim Howard had both ends sealed. Campbell had nowhere to go. He cut her upfield and still made it a positive play.
And it looks to me, as compared to last year, this is more of a sideline-to-sideline team. Bendigo the tight end right side, 1 wide left side, 2 split right. Bendigo in motion from right to left. 3 down linemen, 1 showing blitz on the edge. Good protection. Jackson stepping up at the pocket, fires left side, too high again, intended for Warren. 4:44 left to play first quarter.
I think the pressure got to Jackson a little bit there because, you know, you're going to that route, and it's only going to be about a 5-yard gain. You weren't going to get the first down, even if the throw is to Warren and it gets to him and he catches it and he tries to move it upfield. I still don't think it would have been a first down. A little confused sometimes why teams run that play, you know. 4th and 11 or 3rd and 11, and a team throws the ball to a player that is not 11 yards downfield.
Maybe some trickery here. Who knows? Look at this setup on 4th down, 11 to go as they rush to the line. The snap a little wide. He gets it away cleanly. End over end, spinning on its side, drifting inside the 15-yard line, bouncing back to near the 20-yard line at the 19. It took a Riverhawks bounce. First down and 10 inside their own 20-yard line.
Hey, still 1 yard better, though. It looks like they might start at the 19. So better than just putting it into the end zone.
If you're Jed Stugard talking to your defense, just say, hey, keep doing what you're doing, I would imagine.
Oh, 100%. Having two times where Northeastern State hasn't even gained more than 20 yards on offense in either possession. I'm not sure if they've run a play past midfield.
Adam Ziski, Scott Manziara to my right here tonight, and we thank all of our crew working this evening. You guys are doing a very nice job. Armstrong from the pistol, 2 wide left side. Abdul in the backfield behind Armstrong. 4 down linemen, 1 showing blitz on the edge. That's Ace Rogers, 1 high safety. Play action fake. Armstrong fires deep downfield across the middle into double coverage. It's knocked away by Bakari Triggs and Ace Rogers. Second down long for the Riverhawks.
That was actually Ricky McCoy on the coverage there. He almost had it. He was so upset after the play. He's looking over at Bakari. He's like, Bakari, that was my ball. I wanted it. They both ended up breaking up the pass, which is the most important part.
We started Ricky as a true freshman last year, and the improvements he made over the season were uncanny. I mean, he started out looking lost, but by week 12, my goodness, he was polished. 2 stacked right side. Armstrong on the zone read. He is wrestled down behind the 15 at the 14. Nice coverage across the middle. Drew Harlow on the stop for Lindenwood.
That's another freshman that we're seeing make a huge impact on this defense. We've talked a lot about freshmen. We just talked about the sophomore and Ricky McCoy. This is a very young defense. And you know what it means for a young defense for Coach Stugart? He's got a few years to make sure that these guys are under the way. He wants them to play. And you can already see it making an impact in game 1 at home.
Drew Harlow, the freshman from Park Hills, Missouri. 2 split left side. Inside the 20 this time, near the 15. 7 on the play clock. Armstrong back to pass, fires to his check down, complete across the 20 to the 24. Caught by number 13, that's Zach King. A short reception that time brings up third down medium.
It was a great job by Drew Sears to continue to contain the middle of the field. The Lions actually run a little bit of a unique set. They run a 4-2-5, and having a true freshman in there trying to contain the entire middle of the field is no easy task.
They always tell me to quit living in the past. It's 4th down. I said 3rd down. All right, so here comes the punting crew yet again. Number 3, Kendall Sparks, back deep to return, standing inside his own 35-yard line. 3 on the play clock. The snap, a tad low. Get after it, boys. This one hit high in the air, end over end, drifting inside the 35, taken at the 31, and immediately knocked down near the 30 is Kendall Sparks. First down, 10 LU, 3:01 left to play first quarter. 7-0 Lions on top.
And there was almost no rush by the Lions there. I mean, like you said, the punter actually fumbled the ball. And Sparks at that time, he was like, well, I want to return it, but it may have been too late. What we didn't see on the sideline, actually, one of the players on Lindenwood was actually trying to throw an extra block completely out of the play. Did not get flagged for it, but Coach Stugart gave him an earful, make sure he knows, hey, we're not going to do that here. We're not going to give up big penalties. The Lions have already had 3 in the first quarter, trying to limit those.
You betcha. 2 stacked right side, and I.J. Jackson, the quarterback once again. Wharton in the backfield, the senior from Campbell, South Carolina. Handoff on the sweep, this time across the 35-40, makes a man miss, brought down near midfield. Nicely done to Sean Warren.
And great job by Warren. Bendigo actually getting outside, trying to throw a block, but Warren was actually too fast for him. And it was a lot of shoulder-to-shoulder contact on the play, and there's a Riverhawk that is down.
If you were thinking the name Mason Bendigo sounds familiar, you are correct. He was the quarterback for a couple years this season. Made the nice transformation to tight end, and he has worked very hard, according to the coaching staff, over the summer. Made drastic improvement, and they really like him blocking up front.
And he actually went to my former high school, Eureka High School here in St. Louis, Missouri, and he's 6'5", 230 pounds. The man is a true tight end. He's got an outstanding arm for a quarterback, but I think it's great that Coach Stugart is using him in that role when you have Najee Jackson, who's doing a fine job.
All right, there is an injured player down on the field. All right, Hank, how about we take a break? 2:53 left to play, first quarter, 7-0 Lions on top. left side. Jackson from the pistol. One split right side. Jackson. Handoff up the middle across midfield. Brought down near the 49-yard line. A short gain on first down for LU.
And we see Shaquem Wharton back into the game as running back. And, I thought it a little bit interesting. In high school, you have a lot of players that play on both sides of the ball, so you understand those substituting, making sure a new guy comes in. But in the college level, you're giving Campbell a huge break. You're giving Wharton a huge break. These guys are off the field for sometimes 5 or 6 minutes at a time, maybe even 10 now that it's 2 drives.
3 wide receivers set. 3 down linemen, 1 defensive end on the outside. Jackson back to pass, being pressured, rolling out right side. Will have to throw on the run. Instead, he just takes it and runs with it. And he is very close to the first down marker, and I think he got it.
I also think that he got it on that play, but how about the pocket awareness? His blind side, Jackson's blind side, sees Lane Yoder coming right at him. Could have been a huge sack, but no, he sidesteps him and ends up picking up the first on his feet. But what impressed me the most about Jackson, knowing his pocket presence, with him being in his second career start here, that's not an easy trick to overmatch.
You can find that on Twitter, #TheWheels. 2 wide left side, they stack them. 2 men alongside Jackson in the backfield, showing blitz up the middle. 1 high safety inside the 30, and we have some criminal activity.
And a big stat that happened last week that I think I'd be really proud of on the Lindenwood side of the ball, 0 sacks they gave up. That was almost the first one.
We have seen Laundry on the field 3 times, all 3 on the Lindenwood side. Not good.
No, not good. Not good at all to start out the game. But the thing is that Lindenwood is still getting through that. They're not seeing the penalties and making it kill a drive. I think this is a real important play here. Ball in the 48, 3rd and long now.
2-by-2 set this time. A man in motion. This time it's Warren from right to left. Jackson after 1 clap, rolling out left side. Will have to throw on the run. Throws across his body. Complete. Nice catch made by Dontrell Prince.
And Prince ran a great route. It was just a little 5-and-out route. Just got enough where he was going to get the first down. But how about Jackson being mobile? That's something that we haven't seen from a Lindenwood quarterback in many years. A guy that is comfortable getting outside the pocket and throwing on the run.
The fresh Prince of Lindenwood. First down 10, this time inside the 40 at the 39. 3 wide right side, 1 split left side. The sun finally setting in the western hemisphere here at LU. Inside of 1 minute left to play in the first quarter. Jackson from the pistol. 3 down linemen. They go 3-4 up the middle. Jackson, handoff up the gut. Not much there this time on first down. Good job by the second level blocking to try and get up the field as the time winds down. Under 10 seconds left to play in the first quarter. That looks like it might be the final play of the first quarter, and it is. Good start to the football game. Lindenwood getting on the board first. Back in 1 minute, 30 seconds on the Lindenwood Sports Network.
We are neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
7-0 our score as we begin the second quarter of play. As Kenny Maid would say, there's 4 quarters in football.
I would also say that, Adam.
It's well known.
It's a commonly known fact, I would put it at that.
Inside the 40. The Lions with the football after a gain of 2 on first down. 2, count them 2. Second down, 8 to go.
And what exactly what I was talking about, that 3rd and long that we thought was going to be a first down by Jackson's scramble. I mean, that play, that ended up almost being a disaster because they ended up getting the false start on the play, almost being drive ending, but great play by Dontrell Prince to get that ball out of bounds and a first down. Great play by Jackson to avoid all the pressure, keeping this drive alive.
I'm Adam Ziske alongside Scott Manziara, who gets the low chair in the booth because I've gone here longer than he is. He probably has more credit hours, though. We have switched sides as we are. No, you say. Okay. All right. Well, makes me feel good. Inside the 40-yard line near the 35 on 2nd down, 8 to go. At the 37-yard line of Northeastern State. Jackson from the short pistol. Wharton in the backfield. One wide left side, two split right side. Handoff Wharton, bouncing left side across the 35, pushed out of bounds near the 30. Northeastern State, as I mentioned earlier, visiting us from Tahlequah, Oklahoma. Where in the world is Tahlequah, you ask? It is an hour south of Tulsa. The more you know.
It's in Oklahoma.
Not wrong.
And that puts Wharton actually over 50 yards in the start of the second quarter. Great start by him. That was more yards than the entire Lindenwood rushing team had last week.
3 wide receiver set, abandoned motion from left to right. Jackson will keep it himself, nearing the first down marker, makes a man miss, breaking 2 tackles, pushed out of bounds near the 30, and we have another penalty flag on the ground. Hopefully this time it's against the Riverhawks.
It made me a little nervous. C.J. Bynum was having a great block on that play. He put both of his arms over the defensive end, and I thought it was going to be called for a hold.
I like the way this guy thinks.
And you see just complete silence over there on Northeastern side. They all just looked shocked. The coach is not happy with the play. But I actually saw the play before that. When that man was running out of bounds, the linebacker, Lamore Wise, actually did have another late hit on Wharton when he was going out of bounds. So actually that time he got caught for it, and he had a big price to pay.
Prince and Warren wide left side, one split right side near the 20. The Lions knocking on the door yet again inside the red zone at the 16-yard line in Riverhawk territory. Soft coverage on the outside for the receivers, press coverage up the middle. 2 high safeties inside the 10 near the 5-yard line. 5 on the play clock. We have to hurry, and Lindenwood elects to take a timeout, the first timeout of the ball game. And while we have a minute, Scott, another plug for you. Tell us about your podcast that you guys have been working on.
We're going to be doing the podcast here. We usually do it every weekly on Thursdays. It actually is released on iTunes if you want to go listen to it. The Go Around is the name of it. You can follow us on Twitter at @the_Go Around. It involves 3 Lindenwood students on the podcast.
Good. Very enjoyable.
We have a great time, and we're going to go down to the sideline and see if Joe Remmett has anything for us.
Really good. The defense has been very good also. They have stopped them multiple times. Hopefully the offense can go put some points on the board this quarter. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Joe. Joe Remmett.
Always great stuff from our sideline reporter.
Native of Orlando, Florida. 14:06 left to go first half. First down and 10 inside the 20 at the 16-yard line.
Also a member of the water polo team.
Check Joe out. Kendall Sparks wide to the right side, as well as Dontrell Prince, 2 stacked left side. Jackson from the short pistol. 3 down linemen, 2 showing blitz on the edge. A man in motion this time, Bendigo, the tight end, from right to left. Jackson back to pass, looks right side, now across the middle, rolling out left side, will take off and run with it. And he is brought down near the line of scrimmage, no gain on the play.
And he had his man, Deshaun Warren, open in the end zone. He was hesitant to throw to him. I understand it's first down, not trying to force that pass in there, though.
Inside the 20-yard line, yet again, 7-0 Lions on top as we see Travis Sproul getting loose on the sidelines, possibly for a field goal attempt. That is one thing that we struggled with last season with special teams. Here's Jackson on the zone read again. Handoff right side. This time Wharton inside the 10-yard line to about the 9. Knocking on the door even further this time. Nice run.
This is going to be a 3rd and 4 play for the Lions. This is the time where we talked about special teams. You just said how they struggled with last year. Special teams can make and break games for a team. So this 3rd and 5 is so important to pick this up, try to get into the end zone.
Timeout taken as an offensive coordinator here, Scott. What would you like to go with?
If I was the offensive coordinator here, I'm obviously going pass. I know those zone reads have been picking up a good form of pass, but I think if you go out and shotgun, you try to find your man, either Dontrell Prince or Deshaun Warren, on those 5-and-out patterns are working so well since they're playing so far off the ball. They're giving you all that space. They're not jamming you very much, so you don't need to go with a quick slant. But I just think that play is so dangerous, and if they decide to bring the house, we see Najee Jackson run outside the pocket. We see him scramble, and he's dangerous. He's already gotten 45 yards rushing.
Injured Riverhawk down on the field yet again as you were covering the stream from last week's Week 1 against University of Central Oklahoma. What did you like most from this LU team?
What I liked most is just their ability to start off the games quick. I think that was a huge problem last year, was that, sometimes you didn't get into your full stride until the third or fourth quarter. This team likes to play quick at the beginning, and they've kept it up all the way to 13 minutes left in the second quarter. Hopefully they can just keep it going all 4 quarters.
That's one thing about this team last year. Granted, they went 3-8, but they were in almost every game last season, losing by just a meager touchdown on most of them. So it's just a matter of putting it all together this season, I think.
And you mentioned that Northeastern State against Lindenwood the last 2 years have ended in one-possession games. Unfortunately, the Lions have lost in both. But the first time they played each other, the Lions won by 17 points.
Jackson almost draws them offside, and he does. A free play to the end zone. Instead, they blow it dead. It should be a touchdown. He got it off before the whistles blew, so that should have been a free play, as the officials say,
I think that Lane Yoder actually touched offensive lineman Caleb Sellers on the outside. That's why they had to call the play dead.
Should be first down.
That's what Akeel Williams was trying to say.
There we go. Okay.
First down.
Life's all good.
That's a great play. I mean, I didn't even think about that. The hard count, I mean, you just take for granted that the other team is, very disciplined and is not going to jump off sides. It's not like one guy did it. There was 3 or 4 guys on the other side of the ball. But the interesting part is they called it offsides instead of encroachment. You would think on the offsides that they would give Jackson, the Lions offense, a free play.
12:42 left to play first half. 7-0 Lions on top. Empty set backfield this time. Wharton in motion on the sweep. Jackson keeps it himself, barreling inside the 5-yard line, brought down near the 2. A nice pickup on first down goal, brings up second down goal and short to go.
That's what we're talking about. It's so important to get in the end zone here. They're knocking on the doorstep inside the 5-yard line. These are critical downs right here.
Offensive substitution. Offensive lineman Evan Pumphrey coming in the game. Ball at the 2-yard line in Riverhawk territory. LU not trying to want 3. They want 6 out of this one. 7 on the play clock. Warren wide right side. Jackson. Play action fake. Swings it out right side. Complete. Touchdown Lions. Kendall Sparks.
That's Kendall Sparks' first touchdown of the year for the Lions. The senior. Great play fake, I might add. I actually thought Warden was getting the ball up the middle, and I had to double take to check it. Jackson sold it very well. Very good play call, and ended up with a very good result.
In this game of penalties, we see another one as we await the call from the official. They say touchdown good. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Lions, celebrating a little too much, and that should be enforced on the kickoff, I believe.
It will be.
Well, the good news is we punched it in. That's good.
That's outstanding. That's exactly what you want.
Here comes the PAT. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it is through. LU adding 7 more. They lead at 14-0. We'll be right back on the Lindenwood Sports Network.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
I'm a retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing. After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak. And I appreciated it very much, the attention that was given to me. My name is Julius Gaines, creative writer, poet, photographer. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
The kick hit high in the air, drifting deep downfield, taken inside the 10-yard line, out to the 10, 15, 20, cutting back right side and dropped at the 25-yard line. First down and 10 for the Riverhawks in their own territory.
And Adam, he really got up there. That was Rakeem Abdul. Skied in the air and actually somersaulted. Thank goodness nobody else was around.
So far, so good for the LU defense, pitching a shutout thus far. Let's see what they can do on the fourth possession of the game for the Riverhawks.
Hey, you know who you see checking into the game? That's the quarterback. That's Don McKenzie coming in. Blaine Armstrong is not in the ball game. Back to the starter, McKenzie.
4 wide receivers set, 1 man alongside McKenzie in the backfield, 1 high safety. Handoff up the gut. This will go for about 5 yards, pushing near the 30-yard line. 11:40 left to play first half, 14-0, Lions on top. Bakari Triggs and Ace Rogers checking back in. Triggs the lone safety near midfield, near the 45. 3 linebackers across the middle. Soft coverage on the outside for the Lions. 2 men alongside McKenzie in the backfield. Back to pass, looking left side, fires. This time it is just out of the reach of Hill, number 13, dropping just short of the 35. And it brings up third down.
Well, it's tough for McKenzie to try to come into a game and make an immediate impact when the team is down 14-0. He hasn't thrown a ball a game. That's a tough route to throw. Fade away to the sidelines, your first throw of the game.
Really nice crowd on hand tonight for the Lions side, close to us. The student section filling up, as we will see the band at halftime. Prevent defense for LU this time. Back to pass. McKenzie throws across the middle, complete. Nowhere to go that time. Good coverage. He was blanketed by the middle linebacker that time. It was Harlow. And it's fourth down, medium.
And that's what we were talking about, Adam. Why on these long third downs are you not throwing the ball past where the first down is?
Relying on these big guys to break a couple tackles, I guess. I'm with you.
I mean, you're in the prevent defense, so obviously you're trying to keep everything in front of you. And if the Lions defense does what they're supposed to do, you're never going to pick it up. If that guy just ran 3 yards past where he was, it would have been a first down. Good throw by McKenzie. He looked very comfortable in the pocket.
Sparks back deep to return for the Lions, standing near his own 25-yard line. A low snap. He gets it away cleanly. Hit high in the air, drifting inside the 30, taken at the 27. Cutting back right side 30. Drug out of bounds at the 31. First and 10 inside the 35 for Lindenwood.
Excited to see this offense come back out here. They've been doing work, and the good kind of work, the one where you enjoy it, and they're going up and down the sidelines, and they're running, and they're catching, and they're passing.
So, not to throw a wet blanket on the party here, so at one point last year it was 28-10. I get this is a whole new look for this team, but the Lions ended up losing late in the fourth quarter. So the message here, Scott, don't lay off the gas pedal, right?
Oh, 100%. And at halftime, they were actually trailing.
This has always been a good game between these two. These two, not to make anyone feel bad, but have been near the bottom of the conference the last few seasons or so.
And with what you were saying about getting overconfident, I mean, I'm feeling the same way, but I'm up here in the booth. We're seeing players down the sidelines. I mean, they're excited, but it's almost like they're dancing a little bit. They're enjoying it. Look at all these fans out here. They look like they're having a great time. Great showing, like Adam has already said. Full stands on both sides of the field. Behind the end zone, the student section looks completely packed. A lot of energy here at Harlan Stadium.
That's always good. Your home opener, you want a packed house. That just makes it all the more fun. We see some people up in the green seats and watching from the Spellman Dineries up on the hill. That's good.
The Lindenwood alumni back.
3 wide receiver set this time. Jackson from the shotgun. Ball at the Lindenwood 31-yard line. Jackson rolling out left side, being chased, throws on the run. It is complete across the 40, 45, pushed out of bounds near the 46-yard line. A pickup of nearly 15.
And what concentration by Warren. It looked like I almost thought that thing was going to be picked off and going the other way. Luckily, Tim Howard wasn't able to close his arms on it because it looked pretty dang close.
Jackson has two alongside with him in the backfield. Bendigo the tight end, two split right side. Three down linemen that go 3-4. Soft coverage, quarter zone. Jackson play action fake, has plenty of time. Now he doesn't. Being chased, throws deep downfield, has a man open. It is caught. He did it again. You betcha. Deshaun Warren, another 6, and the Lions have a 20-point advantage, barring an extra point.
And what you didn't see is Jackson's at the center logo of the line. He pulls one arrow out of his back, does the celebration where he shoots the bow and arrow off. We see a flag on the play at the 25-yard line. But if this play stands, what a throw by Jackson. He almost got sacked in that play. The defensive end, Ransom, was in the backfield. He dove at Jackson. Jackson still had the poise to stay in the pocket and throw a 55-yard strike downfield.
As we await the call near the 20-yard line as the Zebras have a conference here.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 12 of Lindenwood. The penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. That's number 12's first unsportsmanlike conduct foul.
Be careful, but you throw a ball like that, I'll let you celebrate.
Well, you should be able to celebrate anyway. It's not hurting anybody. You know, and that's just a little bit of the fun of the game. I don't really like it. And that's what I was talking about, Jackson celebrating at the center of the Lion logo. I mean, that was a 55-yard strike, and it was a 50 yards in the air. It wasn't, an old screen pass and Warren broke it off for a big one. Like, that was right in his hands, perfect strike. I'm letting him celebrate like that all day.
21-0 as the PAT by Travis Sproul, the senior from Festus, Missouri, is up and through. Festus, not a very far drive from here, only about 45 minutes down the road. As we see these Lion flags go across the end zone yet again, hopefully we get to wear them out tonight, don't we?
Oh, absolutely. Hopefully they're tired and don't want to come off the field, as one of them actually almost tripped in the towel and fell out of their pocket in the end zone.
9:41 left to go in the first half. 21-0, Lions on top.
Special teams getting ready to go back out there.
Good stuff. The defense is playing up here tonight. The offense has had poise in the pocket, and when they have committed a penalty or had a slight fumble, something not go their way, they've responded very well.
And that's tough on any program, is when you have a ton of penalties and you're facing negativity after negativity. Even with all the positivity, it's really hard to overcome it. You just got to keep the pedal to the metal. No lead is safe in college football.
Barrett Foley has it on the tee. He is a freshman kicker. He is very good size for this young man. One of the bigger kickers in college football I think I've ever seen. He is stacked. 9:41 left to go first half. A low line drive kick. Take it inside the 20-yard line. 25 left side, 30. Still on his feet. 35 makes a man miss. Pushed down across the 40 at the 42. First down 10.
This is the best starting field position the Riverhawks have gotten this game.
Football alive and well, as not only is it the NFL season kickoff tonight, it is our home opener here in 2017 against the Riverhawks. Normally, we play it against the UCO Broncos or the Washburn Ichabods, but the Riverhawks make a guest appearance on this Thursday night. McKenzie back in the game for his second drive of the evening. 3 wide right side, just shy of the 40-yard line. McKenzie on the delay. Handoff up the gut. Nice tackle in the open field, brought down by number 7, the sophomore Ricky McCoy. Dominic McKenzie last year played a very nice game against these Lions. He is a dual threat. He likes to scramble. He likes to get out of the pocket. Two split right side. Two linebackers across the middle. Cover 2 defense up the gut. Play action fake. Complete left side across midfield to the big tight end. Pushed out at the 45. That catch made by number 88, Decore and Holman. As we go down on the field yet again with Joe Remmett. Joe?
This here has been fantastic right now as we are leading 21-0. They have been stopping the offense for the Riverhawks. And our offense, Najee Jackson with those 2 touchdown passes. Hopefully he continue into the second half. Back to you guys up in the studio.
Thanks, Swaggy Joe. 2 wide right side, 2 men alongside McKenzie in the backfield. He lost the handle, dropped at the 49-yard line, back in their own territory. A huge loss on first down Brings up second down, long to go.
And we saw Armstrong come in and struggle a little bit in the first 2 drives. McKenzie has not looked comfortable since he's gotten into the game. I know it's tough, like I said, with coming into a game, not starting, your whole routine changes. You kind of get thrown into the fire when everybody else has been out there a few times. But McKenzie just has not looked comfortable in the pocket.
Zach King will check back in the ball game for the Riverhawks. 2-by-2 set. 2 linebackers across the middle. Ace Rogers in press coverage, left side. Second down, 15 to go after a loss of 5 yards. And now we see some more flags coming on the field. Will this be a false start penalty? Possibly. Either false start or offsides.
False start, offense, number 78. 5-yard penalty, second down.
All right, so second down, 20. Do we pin their ears back here?
I think you have to. I'm not playing a prevent defense. I know it's second and 20. You got to keep the pressure coming. You don't want to let them get on this side of the field. I get that, but bring the blitz. McKenzie is not looked comfortable. We don't want to see him with time or have any kind of confidence moving after this down.
2-by-2 set yet again. 2 stack left side. McKenzie sends a man in motion. McKenzie, play action fake, back to throw. Stepping up in the pocket, rolling out right side, throws on the run complete across the 45 to about the 47-yard line of Lindenwood territory. Second down, long on the way. Inside of 7:40 left to go in the first half. Halftime show coming up next, so don't go anywhere. There should be a great second half if the Lindenwood offense can continue at this pace. 3 wide left side, 1 split right side. 4 wide receiver set. McKenzie from the shotgun just inside the 50-yard line. McCoy showing blitz on the outside. Now they go prevent. McKenzie back to pass. Fires left side. Too high. Incomplete. Almost picked off. Awfully close. Number 25, Drew Sears, the middle linebacker, almost got a hand on it.
And what did I say? You didn't want to sit back in that prevent defense. What did Northeastern gain? About 6 yards in those last 2 plays. You got to keep them uncomfortable. You don't want to give them any hope for a good drive to come their way. And the Lindenwood defense looked something less than perfect. I don't want to say they're perfect right now, but they're doing everything right. Not even allowing Northeastern State to pick up first downs.
Here comes the punter back in. Almost blocked. This one end over end yet again, drifting inside the 10-yard line. Out of bounds. We're going to have to see where they spot it. It went out of bounds on the far sideline.
And that was the redshirt receiver Kai Collier trying to block that punt.
Came awfully close, didn't he? Good speed on the outside. That's a fun young man to watch.
Yeah, he's a backup receiver. May see him play, if this game keeps getting out of hand for the Lions. You might see some younger guys come in. I know they got a lot of young guys starting, but, man, they got a lot of depth too.
Now, we like to see good games, but if we do see blowouts, we like to see it in our favor. And plus, it would be great to see these younger kids get in and get some reps later.
Oh, 100%. And there's a lot of guys that are young in this team that just get to be on the sidelines. There are a lot of red shirts. I know with traditionally red shirts, a lot of players. Now under Coach Stugart, it might be a little different now. Some of these recruits are not his recruits. It sometimes takes a year or two as a coach to get your guys in here that you really want to recruit. But I think he's done a great job with what he's had. A lot of transfers are coming here. We've already mentioned our Sante Connors coming from SEMO, a Division I school, competed against Kansas this past week.
And the past is the past, but talking about week 1, some things, if we did right here or there, week 1 could have been ours against UCO. But this week looking very promising on the up and up for these Lions. Keep it up, boys. Keep it up. Inside the 20 at the 19. 2 split right side, 1 wide left side. Two men alongside Jackson in the backfield. Handoff right side across the 20, making a man miss to the 30, breaking 1 tackle 40. Near the 45-yard line. What a gain on first down by Shaquem Wharton.
25-yard gain by Wharton. That was outstanding. Matching his total from last week against UCO on 1 play, and that's not the first time we've seen him do that tonight.
He carried the load last season on a hurt toe. He did very well playing all season long with a bad foot. This season he is fresh. Warren outside the numbers all the way on the far side of the field. Left side, 3 stacked right side, including Bendigo, the tight end. Jackson from the pistol after 1 clap. Looks right side, throwing off his back foot, complete out of the backfield. This time Wharton is wrestled down inside the 45-yard line, back at the 43.
A little bit of a broken down play. The lineman tried to get out there to block, but it was picked up very, very well by the Riverhawks. They were already set up to go out there. Jackson didn't really have too much pressure.
Bendigo, the tight end, left side. Ball on the left hash, 3 stacked right side. 2 high safeties near the 45-yard line of RSU. Handoff on the sweep. Jackson will keep it himself. He is tripped up near the 47-yard line. A gain of about 2 on the play.
Another 3rd and long for the Lions at midfield. You're kind of in no man's land. You want to punt, but you're already at midfield, so it's a battle of field position. We've seen how good the punter's been for Lindenwood, but we'd like to see the offense stay out there a little bit longer.
If they're going to go man here, Jackson has done so well throwing the ball downfield. Maybe take a shot, even though it's only 7 yards to go. Who knows?
I like a little 8 and out here, because that's more than the first down like we've talked about.
High snap, Jackson back to pass, throws across the middle, just a tad wide. Intended for number 6, Deshaun Warren, and it brings up 4th down. Let's see if LU elects to go for it. Offense still on the field. Jed Stugart may be going to Vegas here, and I think he is.
And that's the problem with throwing that kind of pass to Warren downfield. He's going to get hit. You set up for him to get hit by that strong safety, Devin Sears. He still absorbs the hit, and he doesn't catch the ball. It's kind of a lose-lose for Deshaun Warren.
Coach Stugart says cancel the plane trip to Vegas. We're not going there. We're just going to punt. 4th and 7. Ball on their own 48-yard line as they rush to the line of scrimmage. Snap very quickly. Almost could have been a false start. Drifting inside the 15, taking on a fair catch near the 14, 1st and 10 inside the 20 for NSU.
Riverhawks taking a much different approach on special teams than Lindenwood is. Lindenwood did not try to rush very hard. As you can see, last time the Riverhawks punted, almost ended up in a turnover. This time, if Lindenwood hiccups at all, the Riverhawks are right on top of it.
All right, so the halftime show coming your way in 5 minutes and 11 seconds plus some as the band has come near the field for their performance. Very nice performances by the cheerleaders and the Lionettes before the game. All a part of these pregame festivities here tonight. Inside the 15-yard line at the 14. Make sure I had that right. Almost stumbled on that one. Handoff up the gut. Dancing across the 20 near the 25-yard line. Good run by Abdul yet again on 1st down.
And Arsante Connors ended up running all the way up and catching him. I mean, Arsante is just very quick, especially off the ball. I actually thought that McKenzie still had it as he sold the pump fake.
McKenzie has been very active in the backfield. He likes to roll out of that pocket. 3 wide to the right side. Play action fake. He fires right side, a tad high, but caught just shy of the 30-yard line. Good hit by the LU defense.
That's Bakari Triggs. It's actually the first time that we've seen or said his name tonight, because I think that they're scared to target him. They know he had 3 interceptions last year in his home opener. He's just a turnover machine, all MIAA. And I think that he's locking up his man so well, they haven't even had a chance to get to their wideout, Isaiah Upshaw, the freshman.
No breaks for Bakari. We will see him in basketball season as well. Play action fake. McKenzie deep downfield. It is caught inside the 35, now inside the 30. They mark it down inside the 25 at the 24, nearing the red zone. 1st down and 10. Riverhawks on the move.
And that's Rashawn Eubanks on the catch. But much like the other 2 deep balls, we see them running down the field, but they have that extra bolt of speed as soon as they see the balls coming to them. If you're going to run a route like that, you need to be running that the whole way. It's so much harder for a quarterback to know where to throw it if they see the pace you're running at.
They swing it out left side out of the backfield, caught across the 30-yard line to about the 27. Number 14, Isaiah Upshaw with the reception.
I know Triggs took that block from Klusak, but that's a real important play by Triggs, and especially the outside corner, making sure he's going to force that ball inside, because if he doesn't establish that on the outside, he's probably still going to get blocked, and the ball is going to get out for a much bigger gain.
Handoff up the middle. Abdul makes one man miss, brought down at the 24. A short pickup brings up 3rd down and short.
Now, this is real no man's land for the Riverhawks. If you don't get this first down here, you have to go for it and fourth. I don't think I trust many college kickers with a 42-yarder or much less than that. Depends on what happens this play. But I'm going for it. This is 4-down territory if I'm the Riverhawks.
The tight end, Holman, lined up left side. McKenzie rolling out right side. Evading pressure, still on his feet. All the way back at the 45-yard line, throws short. It's incomplete. Is there grounding? I don't think so. There is not. And it brings up 4th down and long.
And it was the first chance by Drew Sears to pick up his first sack of the season. And then another man came flying in, and that was Antonio Davis. They just couldn't wrap up McKenzie. He just kept running back, was in the middle of no man's land. I had to try to throw it back to the line of scrimmage. I thought it was short. It could have been intentional grounding. He was inside the tackle box.
And that may not have been the worst thing, because if they sack him, that can really pin us deep inside the 5. Here, you still have a chance and even better field position.
Maybe they don't go for it, though, if it's 4th and 20.
4th and 4, as the Lions will take a timeout. Smart, make sure everybody's on the same page. All right, you're the defensive coordinator this time. What would you like?
Oh, now we're switching roles. I was just the offensive coordinator for the Riverhawks. Now
you're getting paid a lot here. Just roll with it.
Now I'm the defensive coordinator for the Lions. If I'm down 4th and 5, what has been working this game? Pressure. You got to put pressure on McKenzie here. You almost had him. You had him at his shoestrings last play. This time, I'm bringing it from the outside. I'm going man-on-man on the outside coverage. I trust my corners and Ricky McCoy and Bakari Triggs to shut down their 2 wide receivers. I don't think McKenzie's going to have anywhere to go.
Only one time has NSU beat you deep in this game, so why not?
And the time that they did beat him deep, it was a great pump fake, and it was sold hard by McKenzie, and he was very comfortable in the pocket. You know why? Because they had 2 safeties back, and the 2 safeties, they still didn't even get to the play on the outside. So you had no pressure. McKenzie had time to settle himself in the pocket, and he made an outstanding throw. You can't let him do that.
Ace Rogers, Ricky McCoy, number 2, Bakari Triggs in coverage for the Lions. The tight end, Holman, number 88, lined up left side, just shy of the 25. 4th down, 4 to go. 4 down linemen, 1 showing blitz on the outside, press coverage on the perimeter.
Stugart going up and down the sideline, getting the crowd pumped up.
McKenzie back to pass, will take off across the middle, and he is wrapped up. Shy of the 25, brought down at the 27, a loss of 2. LU regains the football.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in on that tackle. They just completely guarded him and forced him to go down because they almost missed out on another sack opportunity. McKenzie just kept evading pressure.
We have an injured player down on the field. An injured Lion, that's not good, but I love to see the intensity by Coach Stugart as well. He's running up and down the sidelines. He's hitting guys, chest bumping them after they make a fine play. That's what you really like to see here tonight.
And we see Antonio Davis coming off the field under his own power, running off, jogging to the sideline.
Looks to be just fine. We'll take that. Good. 21-0, Lions on top. Just inside of 3 minutes left to go in the first half as the halftime show awaits on the Lindenwood Sports Network.
And Stugart has to be impressed from what he's seen, and I'm impressed what I've seen from him. Our first time being able to see this team at home. They're putting on a show like they always do in these home openers. The last time Lindenwood lost a home opener, 2010, and Jed Stugart was actually coaching against the Lions.
Really?
Yes. Last time the Lions lost a home opener outside of the UCO last week.
On the reverse, Bendigo, the former quarterback, fires just shy intended for Dontrell Prince. It was that close from a very nice play on first down, and we know Bendigo has the arm to get it there.
And that was kind of an odd play because Northeastern State, they all dropped back into coverage. They did not look like they were fooled, but the thing was is that Bendigo still found Prince, and Prince was still open. So they were dropping back in coverage, but they didn't have their man.
2 wide left side, 2 men alongside Jackson in the backfield, handoff Campbell on the left hash across the 30-yard line to about the 32. Third down medium on the way as we see some extracurricular activity.
And that was actually Dontrell Prince involved for the Lions and Tim Howard involved for Northeastern State. We're waiting to see what the referee is going to call. They just kept blocking all the way to the end of the play. I don't know. I can see it going both ways here.
There's intensity. There's being a madman. There's that fine line, and then there's too much of the madman.
The problem is the play is going on about 20 yards in the other side of the field, and they're just still blocking at the 30-yard line.
If I'm Judge Stugart, though, I kind of like to see these penalties because it's a whole lot better than the ho-hum. You know what I'm saying?
Following the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on both teams. Number 4 of Lindenwood, number 7 of Northeastern State. The penalties offset and the down counts.
Good. Okay. See? Intensity doesn't cost anybody.
Glad I saw that correctly, because I was going to say they were both holding each other. It's not like no one was throwing any punches. No one, was pushing each other to the ground. It was just, they were blocking after the whistle.
Just outside the 30-yard line, inside the 35 at the 31. 2:37 and counting left to go in the first half. Second down, 10 to go. We thank you for joining us here this evening on the Lindenwood Sports Network on a very nice night. Hope you have a jacket on. It's a tad chilly, but it is a very nice night for football. Finally feels like fall. 3 down linemen, a man in motion. Handoff left side for Campbell. Powering his way near the 35-yard line before he is tripped up.
A little bit of an interesting call. Campbell doesn't have many yards this game. Wharton seems like more of the option to go to on 3rd down when you're going to try to run the ball upfield. We're going to see Northeastern State, I believe, take a timeout here. And now that play is kind of given away by Lindenwood, because you're forcing them to use a timeout. In essence, you could have thrown the ball, maybe gotten a completion and get a first down, but you can clearly see where Northeastern State's like, we're stopping the clock here, you're punting to us, and we're going to try to score a touchdown before half.
So maybe saving Shaquem a lot for the second half, you think?
I mean, I could see them saving him, but we've seen a very consistent change in the running back front. Campbell comes out for a possession, he comes off. Wharton goes out for a possession, he comes off. And they've been doing that all game. So it doesn't surprise me at all. And I think Campbell is a very capable back. I mean, I think that he is one of the best players on this team.
Right now, first time seeing him, and the spring game was the spring game, but you're great if you're a professor for Najee Jackson right now.
Oh, 100%. And like I said, looked so comfortable last week against UCO in the game. Was actually throwing about 75 to 80% completions. And in the second half, he got a little flustered by a lot of blitzing. But the offensive line for Lindenwood has not gotten enough credit from me or you, because they're giving Jackson a ton of time to throw.
Plenty of time in the pocket. LU on to punt as they scurry to the line of scrimmage yet again.
Never seen anything like it. I really like it, though.
High kick. Take it inside the 25 to the 26. Cutting back right side, brought down near the 30-yard line. First down and 10 inside the 30 for the Riverhawks.
That was really interesting out in the field. You saw 3 Lions actually surround the returner, rather than you see a lot of guys just trying to go straight on, trying to get the heavy hit, trying to force a turnover. But no, they contained him. They wanted to make sure that he wasn't going to run outside of him, and then they gang tackled him. That's a very interesting approach. I like it.
Much improved, because last year there were so many miscues on the cover down on special teams. It really cost us some games late in the season. Good to see that. Fundamentally sound wins ball games, boys. Ask your St. Louis Cardinals. 3 wide left side, 1 split right side. McKenzie from the shotgun, first down and 10. Back to pass. Fires on a slant across the middle. Near the 40-yard line at the 39.
And the clock does stop for first downs. That's not going to be a first down for the Riverhawks, but good job staying composed in the pocket for McKenzie. I thought that was actually going to be intercepted. It looked like it was a little farther and outstretched the reach of the receiver's arms.
C.J. Bivens on the stop last timeout. 2 wide left side this time. Good coverage in the mid-secondary. A little intensity near the sidelines. The coverage that time by number 18, Darius Williams, the defensive back.
Well, Williams wasn't looking at the quarterback at all. It almost looked like if he was looking at McKenzie and he turned, he could have just put his arms out and took that one for 6.
See man, see the ball. Ricky McCoy in tight coverage. 2 stack left side, 1 wide right side. McKenzie from the gun. 2 linebackers across the middle. Cover 2 defense near the 50 for the Lions. 1:27 left to play in the first half. Back to throw McKenzie. Rolling out right side. Throws on the run. It is too high, incomplete. Nice coverage by Triggs.
All right, well, now if you're Northeastern State, you're punting. It's 4th down, 4th and 2 at the 40-yard line. And you're giving the ball back to Lindenwood. Lindenwood's got 2 timeouts, I believe. They still have 1 left or 2?
I think 1.
You think
they have 1 timeout.
They have 1 timeout remaining. But you're up 21 points. You get the ball at halftime? I don't know. What are you thinking, Adam?
Let's go to Vegas. Always risk it, baby. Let's have a little fun here.
Let's see what the special teams can do. There's been a lot of good returns from the Lions, but they've been negated by penalties.
Inside his own 25-yard line at the 23. The righty puts it a low line drive kick, taken near a fair catch, I believe. Inside the 15-yard line, they mark it down at the 13.5. First down 10, 1:15 left to go first half.
I say you hand it off to either Campbell or Wharton, whoever's in the ball game. See what you get in the first play. Get that clock running just to make sure you don't have to give the ball back to Northeastern State before the end of the half. Just kind of feel it out a little bit. You know, the
conservative
first
play
or second. Yeah, I mean, you're up 21 points. I mean, I know you're big. Let's take it to Vegas and roll the dice, but I'm more of a, we're up 21 points. Let's try to make sure we're up 21 points at the halftime.
Now, I fully agree with that. However, in the second half, teams that play too conservative, we see it all the time with college basketball, and we saw it last year in this game. When you play too much on your heels, it backfires on you and you play too safe.
I do agree with that, but UCLA, Texas A&M, A&M did not play it safe in the second half or tried to take time off the clock, ended up blowing a game by 34 points.
This is bad quarterback play. Rolling out right side, complete to the 25-yard line. Justin Smith with the catch.
We're going to see a flag in this play, and that was the quarterback. Actually, Jackson got hit after the play, and it's going to be a roughing the passer. And Northeastern State's linebacker is trying to plead his case.
Tack on some more, you say?
Yeah, it's going to be 15 yards. That's on Lamore Weiss.
Personal
I think that's
foul,
going to be his second
roughing the
personal
passer.
foul of the
Number
game.
10, defense. 15 yards will be added on to the end of the
always
completed
puzzles
pass.
me when they
First down.
throw their flag 10 yards that way, then walk 30 yards to make a call and get the calories out of the way, I guess.
Well, now, see, like I said, after one play, all of a sudden you're at the 40-yard line with 1:10 to go into timeout. You got a lot of time. Maybe you keep the foot in the gas pedal now. I mean, that was a 25-yard play. That was just a small screen pass.
The number one goal above all else, at least get into field goal range. A man in motion from right to left, two wide left side, one stacked right side. Back to throw Jackson. Swings it out of the backfield, complete across the 40, and run out of bounds at the 42. Good job by Warren getting out of bounds to stop the clock.
And Prince made a great block to make sure Warren could get out of bounds. Yeah, there was no gain in the play. You only wasted about 5 seconds, though. Can't be too upset with the play call because that's a big risk play right there.
It's one thing that hurt us last year. Sometimes our football IQ is not always the best. A man in motion this time yet again. It's Warren.
Looks like the same play call.
Rolling out right side, Jackson. Run pass option. Throws on the run, complete to Warren. He just has to go down across the 35 at the 36. A loss of yardage on the play for LU. Third down coming up.
Looks like, and it was the same play. I'm a little confused, though, because the first time it didn't work out great and you had a great block. That time Campbell actually got beat, and Jackson almost took a sack. But we're not seeing a timeout for Northeastern State, so I don't know why Lindenwood's not kind of letting the clock run.
Stepping up in the pocket, Jackson will take off and run. He has the first down, 45, sliding at the 40. 31 seconds left to go in the first half.
That clock is going to stop until the ball is placed and the line judges are ready to go.
Get up and smike it maybe, or run a play real quick. They are not taking a timeout. We have to go inside of 25 seconds. Two stack left side, one split right side. That's Justin Smith. Back to throw Jackson. Stepping up in the pocket, he is sacked inside the 45 at the 43, and now Coach Stugart, I believe, will take his last and final timeout, and he does.
And honestly, that was a little bit of a disastrous play because there was 31 seconds left to go at one point, and you had Jackson go up to the line of scrimmage. He kind of chucked the play, ended up losing 10 seconds, then 5 more seconds when he got sacked, and then they ultimately had to use the timeout. I probably would have used the timeout right when they got there.
We will have a coach's interview, I believe, coming up after the first half is complete. 21-0 Lions on top with 16 seconds left to play in the first half.
All right, I'll play offensive coordinator here again.
I would like you to do that, yeah. That's what I was just going to ask you.
You got 3rd and 14 here. You're a little outside the 40-yard line. We saw the kicker kicking field goals before the game, and he was actually kicking them from the 45, trying to make 62-yarders. He came up a few yards short. Inevitably, though, I'm not thinking it's in his field goal range outside of the 25-yard line. I think that's safe. You know, when you have a bunch of guys coming at you and you're in a live game scenario, you got to kick off at least 10 yards than when you're kicking off of a tee. So I'm thinking a first down here. You got no timeouts. Maybe you take a deep shot here. I'm gonna audible on you, Adam. I'm going deep shot here to the end zone. Why not?
I like it. Jackson from the gun, 3-stack left side. Jackson rolling out left side, will have to throw on the run. He throws across his body. It is low. It is dropped incomplete across the 40. Third down, 13, 10 seconds left to play.
And that's the second play in a row where a man has just gone completely unaccounted for. That time it was the linebacker, Lane Yoder, just came driving into the backfield.
Travis Sproul getting loose on the sidelines, doing his evening calisthenics. 10 seconds left to go. Third down, 13. Just outside the 45-yard line, inside the 40. In Riverhawk territory. 3 wide receiver set right side. Back to throw Jackson. Rolling out of the pocket right side. Throws deep downfield. The deep bomb towards the end zone. It is tipped and it is caught. High five, man. There we go. Wow.
The old-fashioned tip drill worked for the Lions.
All right. There's 6 more. Hard to come by, but we'll take it with 1 second left on the clock. Nicely done, boys and girls.
I'm going to take credit for that. When I was the offensive coordinator, I said go deep there. I'm totally kidding. But in all seriousness, that's why they teach you as a defensive back to try to do that when you're getting a Hail Mary. You swat it to the ground. Even if he picks it off, what is it going to do? Lindenwood wouldn't have been able to get another playoff anyway, or Northeastern State, if you intercept it. You need to swat it to the ground. That time you tried to catch it, and Dontrell Prince decided to catch it. Ended up getting a touchdown for the Lions.
28-0 Lions on top after a huge bomb deep downfield. Let's take a look at the replay. There we see it. Knocked down, but playing Johnny on the spot. Look at that, Dontrell Prince with 6 more plus 1 for the Lions here tonight.
28-0. Wow, Adam, I was confident in the Lions' ability to win this game. 28-0 is something that I didn't expect.
1 second remaining in the first half. Oh, ye of little faith. Fun night here at the, we'll call it the zoo. Lions live at the zoo, right?
They do.
Can we do that? There's that trademark. Or the stadium. Home of the Lions.
Harlan C. Stadium.
There we go. All right. The freshman kicker back in. This time he will not be kicking from his own 30-yard line. Instead, from his own 35 with 1 second left to go in the first half. Possibly a squibber here, wouldn't you think? Something to take time away.
Oh, 100%. You just got to let that 1 second tick off. I don't know if I'd take it deep.
A freshman kicker asking a lot of the young man, not even a red shirt either. Straight out of high school. A low line drive kick nearing the out of bounds market, and this will be a flag on the Lions. We'll see where they spot it. Still 1 second left to go. We'll see if NSU takes a knee or if they just take a shot downfield.
I'd probably expect a knee here. You know, even though you're right there, you don't want to risk a turnover. I know you probably want the home run ball, but what are the odds back-to-back plays, partner?
A shutout in the first half. 1 more second left to go, and let's see if they can do it in the second half as the Lions put everybody back near the goal line. Prevent defense to the extreme here.
You know, and this is almost dangerous if you run a screen play here, which is looking like what they're setting up in, because you get those blockers out in front, especially if the Lions get behind these blockers, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4 guys downfield trying to go against 4 Riverhawks, and that's when it becomes in the favor of Riverhawks and the blockers.
3 wide right side. Looks like they are going to try for a home run ball. McKenzie back to pass as time expires. Throws across the middle, complete just for yards this time. Abdul across midfield to the 47, and that will do it for the first half of play. 28-0, Lions on top as we await Coach Stugart. He is meeting with his team right now. Your thoughts so far of the first half?
I can't take anything away from the Lions. They played outstanding every offensive possession and defensive possession. They looked very strong. I think this foul is actually going to, or penalty I should say, is going to come against the Lions, but I think it was a little bit ridiculous. He was just trying to get the Riverhawk man off him. Wasn't intent.
Holding,
he just
number 13, offense.
Oh,
the penalty is declined. The half is over.
This is interesting. We're seeing Coach actually talk to the team on the field before they go out to the locker room instead of running out to the locker room and talking to them there.
I like it, don't you? The intensity gets the crowd kind of into it as well.
Oh, 100%. You got everybody here. You know, you're not running off to the sidelines and everyone's kind of thinking about stuff. You're just getting everything that's off your chest right now. Stugart's telling everybody. I would probably be saying, if I was Coach Stugart, saying we had a great first half. Everyone stay focused. You're not taking your foot off the gas. Scoreboard kind of means nothing. We want to keep doing exactly what we were doing in the first half.
I agree. The first half is the first half, and that's all it is, but it's something great to build on as the Lions lift their helmets in the air. Let's see if Coach Stugart will come and talk with us. It looks like he is, as he is making his way to Joe Remet. A little handshake action, and Joe, anytime you're ready, take it away.
Hey guys, I got Coach Stugart here. Coach, I got to say, you got to love it how you end on a Hail Mary there to put 28 on the board. But you got to have some improvements from the last game. What do you think you could take away from the first half with improvement-wise?
Well, we from last week, we talked about practicing better last week, and we did. We came out every day in practice. We were focused. I told them they're a good football team. They got to start believing it. You got to start practicing that. And we came out this half, and we were dialed in and focused, and we're doing our job, and that's why we're doing what we're doing. Now we just got to kind of keep our composure, and we're getting wrapped up in some of the little chatty stuff afterwards, but we'll get that fixed up.
All right, thank you, Coach. No problem. All right, now back to the guys up in the studio.
As we continue football here this afternoon, Scott, final thoughts of the first half.
Final thoughts, pretty simple, 28-0 Lions. It was all Lions in the first half. I think Najee Jackson impressed me even more seeing him in person here at Lindenwood. He looks so comfortable. It looks like he's in his fourth year. Talking about it looks like a senior quarterback that started multiple games here at Harlan Stadium.
All right, 28-0 Lions lead at the half. The halftime show comes your way next on the Lindenwood Sports Network.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles? What do you even need 2 buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
I'm a retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing.
I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels.
After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak.
Meals on Wheels, coming to my door as someone who's housebound, having someone check on me, assures me that I'm not forgotten.
Meals on Wheels has given me a mode of freedom that I wouldn't have otherwise.
We're the clients.
We are the clients.
We are the clients of Meals on Wheels.
America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Did you know parking over tall, dry grass can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome to Lion Pride Sports. I'm Tom Hartbeck.
And I'm Jessica Hodge. Lindenwood's men's soccer team looks to break a losing streak. After a promising start to the season with a 3-0 win over Truman State University, the winning ways have ended. They're coming off a 4-0 loss to Rockhurst University, as well as a tough 1-0 loss to Quincy University. The Lions look to rebound at home against Christian Brothers University September 10th at 2 p.m. at Hunter C. Harlan Stadium.
Women's soccer's hot start to the season was cooled off this week. The 25th ranked Lady Lions suffered a 1-0 defeat to the Illinois Springfield Prairie Stars. The Lady Lions only managed 11 shots with only 3 on target. Lindenwood gave up the first and only goal of the game in the 8th minute to UIS's Emily Matson. The Lions next take on the Miners from Missouri S&T Tuesday, September 12th. Kickoff is scheduled for a nightcap at 7 p.m. in Hunter Stadium.
The Lindenwood women's volleyball team dominated the 2017 Capital Classic in Springfield, Illinois. The Lions started off with 3-0 wins over Oakland City University and Mississippi College. The Lions faced a little bit of adversity when they took on Concord. The Lady Lions won the first 2 sets 25-12 and 25-14. The third set was a close 25-23. But in the 4th set, they pulled out a 25-7 win and clinching the game. Lindenwood swept Ohio Valley 3-0 to end the weekend 4-0.
Up next, Joe, Scott, and Andrew are going to break down last week's loss and talk about the future of the Lions football program.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
When it comes to saving money,
What? Parents!
don't act like a baby.
Oh, it's like they're having their own little meeting.
This is so humiliating. Be the boss.
I'm the boss. What the?
Power nap. You were saying. And make a budget.
Let's get to work.
Need a little help?
Stacy, read back the notes.
I can't read. What's it say?
Create a personalized savings plan and get other tools and tips.
We can share.
You obviously didn't go to business school.
At feedthepig.org.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
Welcome to the Football Roundtable. My name is Joe Remmond, and joining me in studio is Scott Manziera and Andrew Rogers.
Hey, thanks, Joe. How you doing, Joe?
I'm good, man. How are you guys doing?
I'm ready to talk football, man.
I'm ready to talk football, too.
I am too.
I am too. All right, let's get
talk
to it.
some football.
Last week's loss against University of Central Oklahoma was a tough first game for Coach Jed Stugart and the Lions. What did you guys see in that 35-14 loss?
Well, I guess I can start with it. That was actually the first loss that Coach Stugart's had, or excuse me, not Coach Stugart's had, Lindenwood's had, since Coach Stugart actually coached against them all the way back in 2008.
Wow.
I mean, I saw some promising features. Najee Jackson, our new quarterback, coming in. I mean, he's 6'2", 200 pounds, and he's a mobile quarterback. That's exactly what Lindenwood needs. They were running the passing game the entire time. Mm-hmm. They ran the ball I believe it was 18 rush attempts, and they only ran for 90 yards. I think they need to pound the ball more with Kalen Campbell. But the early struggles pretty much came from the defense.
I think actually, with the defense, but the offense actually struggled a lot in the beginning. Well, excuse me, they didn't struggle a lot in the beginning. They got off to 190 yards of offense in the first 3 drives. They were moving the ball great. Kalen Campbell had 47 rushing yards in 1 drive. Ended up finishing with only 52 yards. That second half and at the end of the second quarter, they really struggled, and it was a lot due to the blitzing from the other side. They did not expect that at all. It looked like UCO caught them completely off guard. They were throwing a bunch of looks at them on defense they had not seen, and it just totally shocked them and shut down the offense.
Well, and you mentioned the whole first quarter. they were tied the entire way, 7-7.
Yeah.
And in the second quarter, the stats were 14 for UCO, 7 for Lindenwood. But going into the third quarter, Lindenwood had a chance to strike right away. I mean, Najee threw a dime into the end zone, and the pass was dropped. And then the field goal attempt was missed.
Right.
That can't happen. You need to score on every possession that they hand you.
Right, and it wasn't a very long field goal. I understand, special teams is so important at the beginning of the year, especially in a Division II program that is trying to get a big win on the road against UCO, a team that they smoked in the first game of last year. So I was a little disappointed with what ended up happening at the end result, but I took a lot of good things away from it.
Yeah, like you guys said. What can the defense change moving forward? 35 points is a lot to give up in an opening game.
I'll start with the defense. I think the defense needs to stop the passing game. And the thing is that the corners were getting back onto the plays. They were like a hair too late. Bakari Triggs was just a hair too late. Almost had a beautiful interception that ended up turning into a touchdown. The running game was pretty much stopped for the most part, even though they got outgained 409 yards to 250 in favor of UCO. I still think the defense showed up very well. It's a tough environment to play in Central Oklahoma. They had almost 6,000 people there.
You mentioned the tough environment. I would only put that factor in over. I don't really think the defense played well at all. I definitely think our defensive backs need to at least give an extra step if you're going to get beat, because early in the first half they were getting dusted and plays were being made by UCO that shouldn't have happened. They had a 91-yard drive after Lindenwood couldn't even score on their first possession, which in my opinion they should have went for it. If anything, they should not have punted within 30 yards. They should have went for it.
It's kind of no man's land,
Exactly, yeah. But at the same time, these guys have to go back 70 yards. Would you rather punt him, make him go 90, or make him go 70? Either or. It's not really a big difference, but you need to give an extra step on defense. I do agree that the passing game needs to be stopped. 408 yards cannot happen, but also UCO was pounding that ball on the inside. You have to stop 250 rush yards.
I'm trying to actually take away a lot of positives from it because, with being coach's first game, you don't know what to expect. And a lot of people forget that this roster that Lindenwood has is not from Coach Stugart. He got here, his recruiting class is on its way for next year, and then the years after that. It sometimes takes a year or two to actually get the players you want in. So he's dealing with a bunch of players that he barely even knows. He worked with them all summer, but that is not a lot of time to be working with somebody.
Definitely indeed. This is, and you guys brought it up, this is a young team, and it has brand new talent, and Stugart is going to ask them to play immediately. What does the future look like for this program?
Well, I think you started off with Nye Jackson, the starting quarterback. He looked great in the first half of the opening. He was 12 for 16 to start the game, ended up finishing 15 of 30. I think a lot of that came from their forcing the ball downfield, and they're getting into double coverages, and it's really tough when you know you have to pass the ball to try to get back into it.
Right, and I guess for me, I don't think I gave Coach enough credit. As you said, he is coming into his first game. Me being a Lindenwood student, I expect a lot from my first 2 years. Yeah. I know a lot of these players. I do expect them to put points on the board when they need to, and I'll get on them if they don't. That's just my role as a fan. But as you said, Najee Jackson, he's a first-year player. You say freshman to the team. Yeah. Coach Stugart's a freshman to the team, if you want to use that type of lingo. But Najee Jackson, he was just excellent. You can't ask for anything else out of that quarterback. He was the first starter since 2010 to not turn the ball over in his first game.
Wow, that's great. That's a big stat there. Taking a look at their schedule, how will the team recover moving forward?
Well, you can see right here on the screen, they're going to start off with Northeastern State this weekend, and they're going to have a Washburn at home, and they're going to have to go to Pitt State a week after that, followed by Fort Hays State, and then Missouri Western in October to start off. Then a powerhouse at home in Emporia State, October 14th. That's going to be a huge game. And then an even bigger powerhouse on the road against Northwest Missouri State, followed by Nebraska Kearney, Missouri Southern, and ending the season with a great UCM team. This is not an easy
No, they're not an easy schedule.
This is going to be a tough schedule.
It's Northeastern is probably one of the easiest teams you will play, and good for Lindenwood that you can open up against a team that only scored 7 points in their first game. But you're going up against, as you said, the biggest powerhouse in NCAA Division II football, Northwest, at their place. They have one of the biggest stadiums that I've ever seen in NCAA Division II football. And then you mentioned UCM at the end, who's ranked 13 to start the season, and Emporia State, who's ranked 15. You're dealing with 3 top-ranked teams, and as Lindenwood, who hasn't been ranked for a long period of time, you're going to have a tough schedule.
I know, and with this Northeastern State matchup, what intrigues me a little bit is that these last two games that we played against them, one-possession games, less than 7 points. Lindenwood won the very first meeting between the two teams by 19 points. The last two, Northeastern State's gotten the better of them. But I do expect Lindenwood to put on a better game this time around and a better second half to get things going.
To get things going indeed, and that's going to wrap things up here for the roundtable. Thank you again, Scott and Andrew, for sitting down with us. When we come back, Tom and Jessica are going to run through some of the top Lindenwood athletes from last week.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles? What do you even need 2 buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
Lindenwood women's volleyball had a standout athlete last weekend. Megan Helwig was named the MIAA Specialist of the Week. The senior libero had a strong weekend in the 2017 Capital Classic in Springfield, Illinois. Helwig recorded 80 digs over the weekend across the team's 13 sets.
Lindenwood's women's field hockey goalie Skylar Starbeck was named the ECAC Defensive Player of the Week. With a 2-0 season start, Starbeck made 7 saves and played the entirety of the Lions' 3-1 game over Indiana of Pennsylvania. In the ECAC Division II opener, Starbeck made a save on a penalty stroke, helping the Lions lead 3-0 at halftime against Bellarmine. She made a save in the second half and kept a clean sheet through the second half. Starbeck is currently at 8 saves in nearly 120 minutes of play this season. The Lions will battle Limestone at home on September 10th.
Men's soccer's young freshman took home a big honor this week. Michelle Gantz was selected as the MIAA Men's Soccer Athlete of the Week. The Italian native totaled 5 points during Lindenwood's first 2 games of the season. Lindenwood will be back in action for their home opener against Christian Brothers University Sunday, September 10th at 2 p.m.
That's it for Lion Pride Sports. One last time, I'm Jessica Hodge.
And I'm Tom Hartbeck. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the second half.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, they can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
All right, welcome back as the time is winding down. 28-0, our score at the half. I have a stat sheet in my hand, but we're not going to read it because we're going to focus on the running game and how good it was in the first half.
And how much we're going to try to keep it going this half. It's going to be a lot about time management this half for Lindenwood, making sure they milk the clock as much as humanly possible. And I think that a huge way of that going to be happening is obviously, like you just said, Adam, the running game. Kaylin Campbell, Shaquem Wharton.
And why not? You're up 21-0, right? So Najee Jackson in the first half, your final takeaways from him.
Oh, man, he was exciting to watch. That's my first takeaway. I thought he was going to be a superstar in the way he played, but how about the way just watching him play? He's going outside the pocket. He's not like your average quarterback, pro-style quarterback. He's just like an average, on average, I should say, quarterback in college football where he likes getting outside the tackles. He likes running and by himself. And like you didn't want to read any of the stats, but I'll give you a good stat here. How about Najee Jackson, 80 yards rushing in the first half?
All right, you ready for the second half?
Am I ready? I am ecstatic.
Do we have a high school game of the week tomorrow?
Yes, it's going to be Fort Zumwalt East, I believe, taking on Francis Howell Central.
Should be a good game, I presume. Tomorrow night on KCLC 89.1 The Wood. Catch it right here on the Lindenwood Sports Network. All right, Bulls on the tee with the freshman kicker back in the game yet again. 28-0 our score as we begin the second half of play on a rather chilly night now at Lindenwood. Ball at the 35, a low line drive kick, angling left side, taken inside the 5 to the 10, bouncing left side 15, still on his feet 20. Across the 30-yard line, brought down near the 36. First down and 10 inside the 44 NSU.
Riverhawks trailing 28-0. That's the obvious. That's what everybody sees. But what you don't see is the fact that it's a new half. It's a 0-0 at the half. And you think that the Riverhawks have to get some confidence if they want to try to get back into the game. That it all starts with the first drive, the first play, the simple plays, the fundamentals that you were talking about earlier. That if the Riverhawks do well, they have a chance to claw back into this game.
3 wide to the right side from the short shotgun, 1 wide left side. McKenzie handoff up the middle across the 40-yard line to the 41. A nice pickup on first down.
And Northeastern State actually only finished the first yard. The first yard, Adam, I'm talking like you now. I'm just kidding. With 40 yards rushing. Combined through 4 guys, and that was a 6-yard gain to start the half. You got to make sure their confidence stays low on the offensive side so they don't try to get any momentum going if you're a Lindenwood fan.
2 safeties across the middle, handoff left side, Abdullah cutting back left side across the 43 to the 44. A short pickup on second down, very close to the first down marker.
5 first downs in the first half for the Riverhawks. And 13 carries for 27 yards. Now back-to-back big carries by the Riverhawks. Big third down here for Lindenwood. You can hear the crowd getting excited.
Intensity on the sideline. 3 wide to the right side. McKenzie looking to the sidelines for help. He will check down at the line of scrimmage. 4 down linemen, 2 showing blitz across the middle, including Ace Rogers, the D-back. Now he drops back and help. Ball at the 44-yard line in their own territory. 3rd down, 1 to go. McKenzie handoff up the middle. They have enough for the first down across the 45 to about the 47.
And that's probably the opposite of what Lindenwood expected from Northeastern State to start the game. They probably thought that they were going to start airing it out. You know, you're down 28 points. You got to try to get back into the game pretty quick, and you usually start by throwing the ball. But they're doing the exact opposite, and it's actually working in favor of the Riverhawks.
4 down linemen, 2 linebackers across the middle. Diamond defense on the outside. On the delay, McKenzie handoff up the gut. 45 cutting back right side. 40 tripped up and brought down at the 38. A nice gain on first down, and it is enough for another fresh set of downs.
And now that's already 22 yards rushing for Northeastern State. And I just got done saying how they had 27 in the first half. Not the exact start that the Lions wanted to see on defense, but I won't be surprised if this sets up a play action and a deep ball from Dom McKenzie.
Trips wide left side, handoff right side, Abdullah. Across the 30-yard line, spinning his way across the 25 and brought down at the 24, out of bounds by 2 LU defenders on the far sideline. Another first down pickup. My goodness.
There is a flag in the play at the line of scrimmage.
Possibly a holding call. And it is. Bring it back 10.
That's a huge play. You know, Abdullah is getting in the groove, and we talked about confidence. That's 15 more yards that Abdullah would have had on that run, bringing his carry all the way up to 60 yards. But it's totally negated, 15 yards, or 10 yards rather, than from the spot of the foul. So it's going to push him back to first and very long.
I would not be surprised to not see Abdullah near the top of the rushing charts this season. He is very quick. If you get this guy some blocking up ahead, he is dangerous. 3 wide left side, 1 split right side. McKenzie from the shotgun behind the own 50-yard line. McKenzie Handoff right side across the 45, tripped up and brought down near the 40 as they stack them up on the far sideline.
Still have not seen Don McKenzie throw a pass this half. We're nearly 3 minutes into the half. The Riverhawks are down 28 points, and they're not throwing the ball. I guess they're thinking that that's not what worked in the first half. McKenzie was actually 8 for 13 with 97 yards, longest being that 40-yard gain he'd had down the sideline.
McKenzie, the normal starter, actually came off the bench behind Blaine Armstrong in this one. 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers across the middle, 2 high safeties near the 30. McKenzie, play action fake, fires deep downfield inside the 10. It is dropped incomplete inside the 5. Double coverage, good defense downfield by the Lions. And it brings up 3rd down, 13 to go.
And that was Monty Hamlet on the coverage down there. It almost looked like he got his hand in between the Northeastern State receiver a little early. No flag was called, so I'm going to say it was great defense.
Monty Hamlet, to be or not to be on 3rd down. Just inside the 45 at the 41.
You set that up well, nice, partner.
Thank you. 2 linebackers across the middle, diamond coverage on the outside. Tampa 3 defense, a man in motion from right to left. McKenzie back to pass, rolling out right side, still on his feet across the 40. 35, barreling his way inside the 30, and he took a shot, didn't he?
That was a great hit from C.J. Bivens coming in on the play, but they did not call a holding penalty. I thought there was a holding penalty in the backfield against David Knox, who was trying to get to the quarterback and was clearly getting held.
We may have an official's timeout for a spot here. They are awfully close to the 1st down marker. And we have an official's timeout to measure things here on the far sideline across the 30 at about the 28.
And we've seen about half the offense that we saw from Northeastern State in this first drive that we saw in the first half. They only finished the first half with 142 yards. They're already at least 35 yards this half.
Trailing 28-0 at the half, I believe they got what we call is the talking to in sports by the head coach.
Oh, man, it came all the way down to just the nose of the football. And it's going to be a 1st down for the Riverhawks. Huge 3rd down conversion for them. As they struggled on 3rd down conversions, they did not get one in the first half. That was 3rd and 13.
Lions on top by 28 inside the 30. At the 28-yard line in LU territory are the Riverhawks and driving. 1 wide left side, 2 split right side. McKenzie from the shotgun, 1 man to his left. McKenzie back to pass, has a clean pocket, fires left side complete across the 27, dragging 1 defender with him inside the 25 to about the 23.
And that was the true freshman, Drew Sears, hanging on for dear life onto the receiver, trying to make sure he did not pick up that 1st down, and it's going to be 2nd and 5.
2nd down, about 5 to go, as my partner mentioned, inside the 25 at the 23. Trips wide right side. McKenzie hands off left side, and he is wrestled down in the backfield.
Oh, and C.J. Bivens is lucky. He smoked him on that play, but he may have pointed down to the running back and said some few choice words, but did not get called for unsportsmanlike. That was a great play.
C.J. Shavers with the carry, and he got punished back behind the 25-yard line. At the 26. 3rd down this time for NSU. 3 wide receivers set. The tight end Holman wide left side. Press coverage on the outside for the Lions. McKenzie, play action fake, stepping up in the pocket, will take off and run with it. He is wrapped up across the 25, back at the 23. A nice gain on 3rd down, still shy of the 4th down marker.
And again, one of those stacked linebackers, the true freshman Sears, coming all the way through. He did not get touched by anybody. Great awareness by McKenzie just to sidestep him and pick up a few yards, allowing Northeastern State to get into field goal range.
Nearing the 9 o'clock hour on this beautiful night in St. Charles. We've had the full moon out here recently. Maybe we'll see it again tonight on the riverfront. Here comes the field goal attempt.
40 yards.
NSU trying to get on the board for the first time this afternoon. Snap is good. Hold is good. The kick is up. It has enough. Did it split the uprights? Yes, it did. 28-3. The Lions now lead by 25 as the Riverhawks are finally on the scoreboard.
Well, we know where we know where it stands for the special teams of the Riverhawks. That thing was good for about an extra 20 yards. I mean, that landed in the middle of the student section. That was a 40-yard field goal.
I was thinking 60 when he kicked it.
Oh, my gosh. That thing went through the uprights at near the top by the orange flag. That was an incredible kick. One of the best I've seen in person from a college kicker. Holy smokes.
28-3 our score here in the third quarter, 9:42 to play. It was a picture-perfect day for football all year long. Going to class, you could just kind of feel it in the air, couldn't you?
Oh, absolutely. The atmosphere around Lindenwood is really like no other. They had the alumni tent standing up at the top by Spellman. Got a lot of alumni. We got some people sitting in the green seats. I mean, it was just a great atmosphere. There was some fun and games across the street. If you didn't have a chance to get out here, I highly suggest coming into the game next week as they take on Washburn at 6 o'clock next Saturday.
Scott, in that previous sentence, fooled you, making you think he actually goes to class. He doesn't.
Oh, I go to class. I've never missed one.
Really?
Never missed a class.
That is awesome. Cannot say the same, but... Ball on the tee at the 35-yard line, 9:42 left to go, third quarter. A high line drive kick, drifting inside the end zone. Will it be returned? Yes, it will. To the 5, to the 10, right side 15. Still on his feet, 20. 25, a block to the 30, pushed out of bounds near the 40. And there is a flag on the play. This should be coming back, I would imagine.
And another good special teams return by Lindenwood. Only the second time they've gotten to return it due to the fact that this is the first points that the Riverhawks scored. But they were still a great
number 26,
great
return team.
10-yard
penalty from the spot of the foul.
100%.
First down.
And it is going to be a hold. They're going to bring it back from the 29, so the ball will go to the 19-yard line.
First down, 10 inside the 20 for your Lions, the hometown team here tonight. They will be the hometown team next week as well as the Ichabods from Washburn University come into town. It was a thriller last year. Lindenwood dropped it 31-28. They trailed 31-10 at the half and stormed all the way back to score 18 unanswered in the second half. It just was not enough.
It's going to be a thriller next week coming off a game like that. But we got a lot of game to go here today as the Riverhawks still trail by 4 possessions, which is a comfortable feeling. Even though they got points on the board, it's still a 4-possession game.
4-3 defense across the middle, 2 high safeties near the 30. They go dime package from the short pistol. Jackson, a man in motion on the sweep. Left side Warren across the 20, 25, 30, pushed down at about the 32-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards and a first down.
Great play call. I mean, I didn't see the jet sweep coming from anywhere. I mean, we saw Warren try to go to motion a couple times at the end of that half, and it almost ended up disastrous for the Lions. Actually negated 5 yards for them to end the half. So real shocker to see them going back to the jet sweep to start the second.
Bendigo, the tight end, right side. Handoff left side. Wharton across the 40, makes a man miss. Bringing 2 tacklers down with him across midfield to the 47 of the Riverhawks. Nice gain. Shaquem Wharton, it has been the Shaquem show here tonight, hasn't it?
And now he is over 100 yards rushing, but I would like to go back and see Mason Bendigo's block on that play, because that run does not happen without Bendigo really getting into one of the linebackers and pushing him off. I mean, that was outstanding. It's so beautiful when a play comes together like that.
Bendigo, the tight end, in the slot right side. Jackson back to pass, looks across the middle, fires across the 35, complete to about the 34. They rule it a catch. They say it's good. First down and 10 LU.
And those are some of the scariest passes. When you're Warren, you're taking 3 steps in, cutting towards the middle of the field. You got a lot of guys in the middle of the field. So as a player, you're seeing it. You're trying to focus on the ball, but you're trying to hope that there's not a guy ready to line you up right there.
2 men alongside Jackson in the backfield. 2 spread right side, including Bendigo. On the sweep right side, Wharton. Across the 35-yard line, run out of bounds near the 34. A small pickup on the play. Second down, long.
And the Lions have been okay in second down. They were even better in third down in the first half, converting 3 of 6, but to only get into 6 times where they were facing third down was even better. I'm probably expecting a little bit of a run play to Wharton. I mean, he's over 100 yards rushing. You need to pick up a good chunk.
Two stacked right side, Sparks and Prince. A man in motion this time, Wharton out of the backfield into the slot. They go empty set. Jackson back to throw, being pressured. Fires on the slant. It is tipped and incomplete. Is there pass interference? Yes, there is. Could be defensive holding, but I believe it will be pass interference on NSU.
And you know what's crazy about that? The line judge actually probably had the best view on the line looking at the play. He doesn't call the flag, but the two guys towards the end zone are the ones throwing it in.
I thought that one was easy.
Pass interference, number 11, defense, spot foul, automatic first down.
All right, first down and 10 for Lindenwood. Creeping closer to the end zone.
Offense just keeps rolling. That's so important. You know, I think you were with the team a lot last year. Offensive struggles most weeks.
I think we're doing fine this week, especially after bouncing back last week. That was our problem last year, just the ability to bounce back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Bendigo in motion from right to left in the backfield. Kai Collier back to throw. Plenty of time for Jackson. Surveying the field. He fires towards the end zone. It is caught inside the 5-yard line, and now they say incomplete.
And what a throw, but an even better catch by Bendigo to the 1-yard line. They're saying he did not get a foot in. It was close, but it is what the ref calls.
Once again, we thank our camera crew here tonight. They are doing such a great job, and all the people in the control rooms being a part of this broadcast here tonight on the Lindenwood Sports Network. 2 men alongside Jackson in the backfield, two split right side, including Prince and Bendigo. Jackson on the option sweep, left side for Prince, across the 20, inside the 15, pushed out of bounds inside the 10, battling near the 5-yard line. Nice gain on first down. First down and goal for LU inside the 10.
Well, I guess Kendall Sparks said, "Oh, okay, you're not going to give my buddy Mason Bendigo that catch. Well, I'll just put the ball right there instead." Huge 29-yard gain from Sparks.
Reminds me of the Terrell Owens. That's my quarterback. 2 wide to the right side, 1 outside the numbers. First down and goal, Lions at the 3-yard line of the Riverhawks. Bendigo in motion from left to right. Offsides, free play towards the end zone, and now they blow it dead. They say not so fast. And this will put it half the distance to the goal line if it is offsides.
And that's really going to upset Coach Robinson of the Riverhawks. Because that's the
defense,
second time
number 44,
gone
unabated to the quarterback. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
Last time, that wasn't one guy jumping offsides. That's the whole defense getting off the ball. You got to watch the ball. You're not listening to Jackson yell hike.
Adam Real Ty Ziski, Scott Bo, Ty Manziara with you here this evening with Joe Ramett on the sidelines. 2 wide right side, 1 split left side. A man in motion, this time the tight end, Bendigo. On first down goal, they pitch it to the outside. He can walk right in. Touchdown, LU. They add to their total.
And I think he actually high-stepped it a little bit. He held the ball out and got two little drag his feet as he waltzed into the end zone. Almost got hit, so I think he put on the afterburners a little bit for the last yard or two. But how wide open was Wharton?
Excellent job by Jackson of drawing them in on the fake. Exactly what the RPO is designed to do. Here comes the PAT from Travis Sproul. 34-3, barring the extra point. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up. It is good. 35-3. Lions on top by 32 points. Let's see if the defense can have another impressive drive.
Good call, partner, and I hope they do. Even though Northeastern State got a little bit of momentum going in the second half, how about the Lions' response on offense to go all the way downfield? They were inside their own 20 and ended up finishing the drive off with a touchdown to start the half. I mean, what more can you ask from them?
People still sticking around up there in the Chick-fil-A Spelman area. That's right, we have Chick-fil-A here at Lindenwood. Feel free to come get some on game day next week against the Ichabods of Washburn. That should be a dandy. Derek McGinnis is a native of Topeka, Kansas, as Washburn is from Topeka, in case you didn't know. So they are going to come into town with a little chip on their shoulder, maybe from last year. LU has predominantly owned that series against Washburn. We have won the last 2 out of 3 games. 6:53 left to play third quarter, 35-3. Both teams with all 3 timeouts remaining. Good football this weekend. I'm excited for it. Lots of good division matchups in the MIAA as well as in the D1 ranks. And now we send it downstairs. How about it, Joe Ramett?
Hey guys, we're down here. That was a great play there by the offense. Perfectly faked there. But let's talk about the defense for a second. They've only held this team to 3 points. So the offense has been doing a lot of work, but the defense has got to get some credit there, guys, because they have been putting in effort to keep this score at it. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Joe. A pooch kick on the far sideline, almost recovered by the Lions. It was that close, not that far away. First down and 10 for NSU with very nice starting field position. One of the better starting field positions they have seen all night long.
And a little bit of a surprise with the surprise pooch kick, but it almost turned disastrous for the Riverhawks. One of their man's like, fair catch, and then he forgot to jump to the ball. So luckily one of the Riverhawks ended up jumping on it for them, so they did not have a turnover. But, up 32 points, Coach Stugart still going aggressive approach.
2 tight ends left side, a man in motion this time, Abdul. McKenzie back to pass, rolling out right side, evading the pocket, throws on the run, too high, and dropped by Abdul near the first down marker, brings up second down, 10 to go.
Yeah, Michael Davis, first time he's gotten targeted this game. He's a fullback, not used to probably catching many balls outside the tackle box, outside on a route at all. And that was a tough play for McKenzie to get to. Actually, C.J. Bivens was blitzing right up the middle, and a good block by your boy Abdullah, trying to stop him from getting to the quarterback.
Short pistol this time. They go I-back set, 2 wide right side. McKenzie on the handoff between the tackles, bouncing right side across the 40. Abdullah still on his feet, brought down near the first down marker across the 45, about the 47 is where he is taken down. Third down, 2 to go at the 46-yard line in their own territory.
Last time on third down, Northeastern State converted, and I believe it was on a QB sneak.
McKenzie is dangerous. He likes to take off and run with it. Holman, the tight end, wide left side. From the shotgun, McKenzie, he has Abdullah to his right as they look to the play call from the sidelines for an audible.
I see 8 guys in the box for Lindenwood on this third and short.
Why not? Force them to beat you deep from the short pistol now. McKenzie, handoff right side. Abdullah has the first down across midfield to about the 47-yard line in Lion territory. Another fresh set of downs on the way.
And I agree for most of the time by forcing them to beat you deep, but now with a huge lead, and for some reason the Riverhawks not even trying to throw it past our corners, Bakari Triggs or Ricky McCoy. This is what you're kind of left with. I guess you packed the box, which was what neither one of us expected that Lindenwood was going to have to do this half.
4-3 defense across the middle, handoff up the middle to Abdullah. He is stopped near the line of scrimmage. A short gain on first down brings up second down long. I have to take a look at the forecast next week with the windows open here in the booth. It feels nice, but we may need those jackets.
Well, I hope not. I know summer is coming to an end.
Sadly.
But I do like the warm weather. I'm a huge fan of the warm weather.
3 wide left side. McKenzie from the shotgun, back behind the 50-yard line. Back to pass, looks left side. Fires, it is complete. Good open field tackle by the Lions. Number 2, Bakari Triggs on the stop.
And I saw Triggs coming out of nowhere trying to cover the freshman. I thought he was going to go for the interception and try to take it for 6, but he played it safe, played it smart, forcing a 3rd and long for the Riverhawks.
David Knox and Bakari Triggs will check back in. Myron Beal will come to the sidelines. On 3rd down, 7 to go, a defensive substitution. Look who it is, Scott. It's our friend, the bug here in the booth. Looky there. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Out you go. Okay.
Oh, it didn't go out, but it's okay.
2-by-2 set on the near sideline. Ball on the left hash. A low snap, fumbled in the backfield. McKenzie will chase after it, and he falls on it across the 40-yard line, back at the 37. 4th and long this time, and the Riverhawks will be forced to punt.
I was really hoping that Riverhawks were 7 yards deep. I was hoping they were going to get 6, get to the 40. Maybe we see that kicker try to kick a 57-yarder, but that was just me being selfish.
Shame on you.
Now it looks like the Lions are going to get the ball back. Barring any 4th and 23 fake that I don't expect from this Riverhawks punter, but I have seen crazier things.
The lone return man for LU back inside his own 20. This one a line drive kick. No fair catch yet. Bouncing at the 25, drifting inside the 15, still rolling inside the 10, and finally touchdown at the 6-yard line as it rolls out of bounds. 3:29 left to play, third quarter, as we see another flag on the field.
That was a 62-yard punt nearly, or 60-yard punt, my bad.
Nice roll, huh?
Let's see what this foul is, because I saw, or flag rather, I saw some altercations going on between a Lindenwood player and a Northeastern player at about the 15-yard line when he got blocked to the ground. Kind of punched him in the calf, it looked like. But, I mean, nothing really came out of it. I'm just saying it might be the unsportsmanlike on the Lions player.
The referee still powwowing, and here comes the call.
Foul number 14, Lindenwood, half the distance to the goal, first down. Media timeout.
That's on Grady Daniels, the defensive back. All right, Hank Locks, now we'll take a break. 3:29 left to play, third quarter. Back in 1 minute, 30 seconds on the Lindenwood Sports Network.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
First down 10 inside their own 5-yard line.
Taking a snap in his own end zone.
Najee Jackson trying to draw the Riverhawks off sides. 3:29 left to play, third quarter. 35-3, Lions on top by 32. 2 wide left side, 1 split right side. Jackson, handoff up the middle, across the 10-yard line. Excuse me, that's the 5. So many lines on this field. I've never seen more lines on a football multi-purpose field than what this one has.
And we're actually starting to see some second stringers come into the game. Introduce you Moritz Toyshirt in a tight end for Mason Bendigo. I see Kai Collier out there at the receiver position. Justin Smith, the junior, is also out there.
3 wide receiver set yet again. Handoff on the sweep. Campbell, this time we see a flag come in near the backfield, and Moritz Toyshirt comes to us all the way from Germany, as the referees will gather near the 10-yard line to make the call.
That was kind of interesting. I saw George Brooks laying on the ground. He actually was the one that got the
personal foul. Chop block. Numbers
against
54 and 68 of the offense. Half the distance to the goal. Second down.
For Lindenwood, Keith Crawford on the offensive line kind of stared at him. He put his hand up and he's like, help me up. Crawford's like, all right, helps him up. I love to see the good sportsmanship, though.
You betcha, especially after all the chippiness that we saw earlier. But you just like the intensity, the old boys being boys, if you will. Second down, 9 to go, inside the 5 at their own 4-yard line. Plenty of time on the play clock. They still have 15 seconds to get it off. Jackson from the shotgun, 2 men alongside with him in the backfield. Jackson, after a high snap, take it himself across the 10-yard line, and he is wrapped up and brought down near the 13.
Pretty big risk play, honestly, there. He's standing with the ball in his own end zone. If he makes the wrong read, could turn into 2 points for the Riverhawks. Thankfully, he didn't. Good job by Campbell to sell the play fake. Jackson with a great gain, and now it brings up 3rd and short.
Excellent push up front by the offensive line. Jackson from the gun, 1 man to his right, 1 man to his left. 3 wide receiver set. 4 down linemen, 2 showing blitz up the gut. Play action fake. Jackson almost being wrestled to the ground. He completes the pass after a face mask. Not only did LU get the first down, but tack on some extra yardage.
I just love seeing Jackson's what's the word I'm looking for
mobility,
here?
maybe?
No, I see mobility, but I'm saying intensity. I mean, look at the man out there. Even when he gets a face mask coming up there, he's up there.
Foul.
He's excited.
Face mask. Number 44, defense. 15 yards will be added on to the end of the run. First down.
Lane Yoder, the linebacker, the guilty party. First down 10 yet again. 2:01 left to go, third quarter.
I love to see it. He gets the face mask against them. He jumps up. He's excited for his team. And instead of thinking selfishly of himself and going over and, maybe having a few choice words for Lane Yoder of the defense, who's been in his face all night long. Very team player is Najee Jackson. A lot of fans still here, even though a bit of a blowout in favor of the Lions.
Collier wide to the right side, handoff right side for Campbell. Good blocking up ahead, 45-50, 45 cutting back. Lots of green grass. Inside the 20, inside the 10, to the house.
Longest play from scrimmage tonight, 65 yards for Kalen Campbell. A season high for him and a 41-3 lead for the Lions.
From Hoover, Alabama, Kalen Campbell. Well done, young man. 1:38 left to go, third quarter. 41-3, Lions on top, barring the extra point. The sidelines really having some fun. So when we were talking here before the break, it's fun to run the ball, right? Ground some clock. But when you're scoring, hey.
That's just a plus, But you had the offensive lineman out in front of Campbell. They were shoving him one way, just forcing him all to the right. Campbell sees that. He pivots with his right foot, drives to the left side of the field, and he just puts the afterburners on, baby. Broke a tackle and went on for 45 more yards after that. Outran the safety and ended up in the end zone with the reservations for 6.
Dinner for 6, please, he says. The PAT up and good, and if you weren't in the booth, you should have seen Scott do the dance there when he said, turned on the afterburners. The little running man hustle jive, if you will. 42-3 our score, 1:38 left to go. Lions on top and rolling as we go downstairs to Joe Ramett. Joe?
How's it going, guys, down here? It is really hyped up now after that Kalen Campbell touchdown, his second touchdown of the game. But the intensity from the offense, especially Najee Jackson with the 3 touchdown passes and those long bombs to get 2 of those touchdown passes. He's played phenomenal. He's been running the ball. He's been doing everything for this offense. And this offense is just being a workhorse right now, putting up 41 points. So back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Joe. Ball on the tee at the 35. Another look at our young freshman kicker, Barrett Foley, who has done a really nice job tonight.
And he's done more than a nice job. Sometimes you just ask for the simple plays by the kicker, but he's actually been able to pin them deep for most of the time. Outside of that last pooch kick that kind of caught everybody off guard, he's been outstanding.
Take it inside the 10, to the 10, out to the 15, left side 20, breaking 1 tackle. Flag on the play, now 2 flags, now 3 flags. Holy cow, anybody else want to throw a flag? Brought down across midfield, but I believe this one will be coming back to near where it started.
Yeah, there's going to be a hold right in that area of flags. Pretty obvious one. Sometimes when you see 3 flags in the play, it's like, oh, holy smokes, there was a hold there. But when we're watching it,
number 13, return team, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, first down.
Ha, knew it.
Good call, Ziski.
Thank you.
Smart man you are.
So our freshman kicker is 6'4", 187 and looks extremely athletic. And maybe during the basketball season we see him play basketball.
We got a lot of players this year that actually transferred in. A few, one from Sydney, Australia, actually attended Maryville last year. Got to get to know him a little bit, and he seems like a great guy. Love to support the Lindenwood basketball team as well as the football team.
Handoff up the middle across the 30. Nice pop. Brought down near the 31.
That's a true freshman. Drew Sears leaving his feet to make sure his man goes down. Outstanding athleticism.
Drew Sears playing this afternoon in place of the injured Nate Blanchard. So it's not like he's really permitted in this role quite yet, but he has really shown his stuff tonight, hasn't he?
He was the leading tackler at half with 4 unassisted tackles. That's what you want to see from your linebacker, and you only have 2 in Stuttgart's 4-2-5 offense.
Short pistol formation, handoff left side between the tackles. Good defense up front, good push by the defensive line, and they stop the runner very quickly.
And going back to Sears, when you run the 4-2-5 offense, you got to imagine your freshman coming in, especially a true freshman, especially at Lindenwood, but a true freshman coming in you only got 2 starting spots out there. It's not like the normal 3 or even sometimes 4 and 5 in a normal defense. You only got 2 tries, 2 spots, and he's now one of them, and he's filling it outstandingly. He's flying around on every play.
They swing it out left side, complete across the 35-yard line to the 40, and sometimes, no offense to high school sports, we think it's a wonderful thing. We always promote it, but, sometimes in high school it's just to bring your cleats to the tryout, you make the team, but here you have to earn your spot.
Oh, 100%. And every one of those players that have been out there all night long for Lindenwood has 100% earned it. Because you have a whole new coach coming in. What you did last year may not mean a lot of things to the coach. That was under a totally new staff as well.
That sounds the horn. I'm sure Hank likes this score. 42-3, Lions on top, back in 1:30 on the Lindenwood Sports Network.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes, and you come to mine. This is it. First impression. My way in. But here's the thing. Can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Can one piece of paper really tell you my whole story? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or how anytime there was an opportunity, I was the first one to step up. Because I wasn't gonna let my life, my circumstances dictate who I was gonna become. And all of that determination, the commitment, the drive, that's me. And that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent like me.
Green hat. Red hat. Oops. Red shirt, blue shirt, yellow shirt. Oops. Yellow pants, red pants, green pants. Oops.
First down, 10 to go at their own 40-yard line from the shotgun. 2 split right side, 2 wide left side. McKenzie, play action fake, fires complete across midfield. 45, makes a man miss. 40, brought down inside the 35-yard line. A nice gain on first down.
And who else than Drew Sears to bring the man down after the corner got almost a little bit burned, I want to say. That was Grady Daniels who picked up that penalty earlier in the game for the Lions. But, I mean, back to the passing game for Northeastern State to start off the fourth quarter, obviously trailing by a lot, but not a lot of throws in that third quarter from Don McKenzie, and only 4 to be exact, and those 4 ended up only going for about 8 yards. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the rushing game play a big role in this fourth quarter, even for the Redhawks. Riverhawks, rather. Not the Redhawks.
Keep it on the ground, boys and girls. No reason not to, right?
I mean, if I'm the Riverhawks, I'm probably throwing the ball. I know it hasn't worked very well, but you got to do something.
Handoff left side. Yes, I was meaning Lions. Sorry, I thought we were on offense for a second. My mistake.
I think you think that because a lot of the Lions defenders are getting in the backfield so quickly.
Looks like it, doesn't it? Short gain on first down, only 1 yard on the play, brings up second down, 9 to go. McKenzie dropping back from the shotgun, 3 split right side, 2 tight ends right side as well. McKenzie swings it out complete. CJ Shavers across the 30, brought down inside the 25. Ball is loose. Does LU have it? On the near sideline, and yes, they do. Lion football, Scott Manziara.
Lion football is right, and I think on that strip is going to be Bakari Triggs. Ace Rogers in the recover, I believe.
They are patting Ace Rogers on the helmet. Good shot there by our camera staff. Again, doing such a very nice job here this evening. The Lions have the football, first down and 10, just under 14 minutes left to go in the final quarter of regulation, unless we would go to drastic measures here tonight, and I don't think we are.
I'd be willing to gamble that, I'd be willing to go to Vegas and say that maybe this game doesn't go to overtime, but 39 points would be the largest comeback in NCAA history.
We still want B-dubs, though, don't we? 2 wide to the right side. 1 wide left side from the short pistol. A new quarterback in the ball game. Handoff left side across the 20, making a man miss to the 33.
And that's Nash Sutherland on his first carry of the game, and that was Max Myler on the handoff. May have remembered him from the basketball court this past season.
So Battle High School was a new high school in Columbia about 4 years ago, and Nash Sutherland was the quarterback of that team that ended up going to the state championship back at when we had the tier Edward Jones Dome. From the shotgun, Myler rolling out right side, will have to throw on the run. The sophomore from Wisconsin across the 30, pushed out of bounds just shy of the original first down marker. A loss of 2 on the play, second down 12.
Like to see him get out of the pocket. I think he was looking downfield. Kai Collier actually didn't get there. Didn't get open in time for Myler to throw it, so he played a little bit safe and just got out of bounds. I like the play.
And this is a win, too, early in the year that just unifies a team, doesn't it?
Oh, 100%. And like I said, the Lions have been so successful early on in the season. They're going to start to get to play tougher opponents like Northwest Missouri a little bit later in the season, but back-to-back weeks with Emporia State and Northwest Missouri, they're going to be really hitting their stride in week 6, week 7.
Running coast to coast, this time I believe it's Sutherland. Still on his feet, powering across the 40. Good job getting those loss of 2 on first down. A lot of those back with that second down carry.
And you can see the depth at the running back position. We talked a lot in the first half how Campbell had to come in, and then it was Wharton. Then it was Campbell, then it was Wharton. And now we see Sutherland. This guy's even getting these big gains with the second-team offense. I mean, outstanding depth shown by the Lions.
3 split right side, 1 wide left side, just across the 40 at the 41-yard line in their own territory. 4 across the middle. Back to throw Myler, looking left side, stepping up in the pocket, will take off and run with it, trying to get a block from Sutherland. He is hit hard across the 45-yard line. He does have the first down. He takes it to about the 47, first down 10 yet again.
And Myler spun out of that, but Parker Didier was almost right there, and that would have been a disastrous play as Myler would have been spinning and Didier would have been hitting him right in the back. Real fortunate that did not happen.
Kai Collier wide to the right side, 1 split left side. 3 wide receivers set as Mailer directs traffic at the line of scrimmage. High snap, Mailer does a good job of handling it. Handoff up the middle, and Sutherland touches with his knee down at about midfield.
And when Sutherland got the ball, it looked like there was no gap in between the tackles, and he just found one and made it, got a couple yards, and that's kind of what you want from your running back, especially this late in the game. You know, you keep pounding it up the middle. You're not running out to the sidelines, trying to cut it upfield. You're doing the old-fashioned way, getting in between those big men up front.
The Riverhawks just can't get on the bus soon enough. 2 across the middle, 1 high safety, play action fake. Myler fires deep downfield, has a man open. It is caught. 10-5 to the house again. This time, Justin Smith.
And Myler running all the way to Justin Smith. This is his first touchdown as a member of the Lindenwood Lions. A 50-yard strike all the way down. You can see him. He's so happy celebrating in the end zone with his good friend and teammate, Justin Smith. Love to see that from Max Myler.
48-3, Lions on top, trying to get within 1 of the half-century mark.
And that was the first time that Myler had actually thrown the ball this game, and maybe this season, maybe his career. What a way to start it.
Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up. Did he get it? Yes, he did. 49-3 our score. LU on top, if my math is correct, by 46. And special teams, hold on there, much improved, haven't they?
Oh, 100%. And last week we saw a missed field goal by the kicker to start the season from about less than 30 yards. So for him to come back and nail every extra point, I mean, that 49 just looks so much nicer than, 46, 45, 47, just somewhere around there. It just gives you the confidence. But I want to check this replay. Look at that throw from Myler all the way to Justin Smith. Oh, my goodness. I mean, it was just so exciting, and the celebration from both the guys is just what makes this so much better.
Hank likes touchdowns. 2 Hank puns tonight. We enjoy those.
We like them.
We like them very much.
We
all
really
right.
like them.
Team's getting some water on the sidelines here. The stands all kinds of fired up here this evening. As we will head down yet again. Joe Remmett, your turn.
Hey guys, down here, that pass was amazing from Mailer. I was able to see it right here on the sideline. The receiver broke out on the open route, and he just threw a dime right to him. That was a beautiful play, beautiful pass. Now we're up even more, so hopefully we can continue on. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Joe. Not a nickel, not a penny, but a dime right on the money.
And Mr. Adam Ziska, you were talking about the full moon coming out in St. Charles. I see it peeking out over the light behind the Northeastern sidelines at about the 20-yard line. And it's a beauty, as they say.
Isn't it nice? Cool night, fall night, moon overhead. Be a good night to be on the lake, wouldn't it?
Good night to be at a football game.
Well, right.
That's what I always say.
Fishing's also fun. At the 35-yard line, the freshman has it on the tee. A squibber, look at this one. Squibbing inside the 30. Still nobody's picked it up. They do this time. 25, dancing to the 30, pushed down at the 31. 1st and 10 in their own territory. 11:05 left to go, fourth quarter. 49-3, Lions on top as the defense comes back on the field with some subs this time.
And Coach Jed Stugart, when scoring 40 or more points, is 29-1 in his career. And when they score less than 19, he's 24-2. So those are some pretty good numbers, pretty good odds. And Coach Stugart's going to come away with his first win in about 11 minutes here at Harlan Stadium.
Just giving a bug to the camera person or in charge here. You know the Gatorade shower's coming. We might want to see it. They swing it out left side, complete across the 35-yard line, still on his feet. Pushed out of bounds near the first down marker, just shy. Second down short.
And you can tell Isaiah Upshaw is very, very highly recognized by Northeastern State. This whole game, that's just about the second or third time he's been targeted. Why? Probably because the all-MIAA corner, Bakari Triggs, has been on him just about the entire game. Lindenwood and Coach Jed Stugart would not have Triggs covering him if he did not think he was going to be a big play threat.
Second down 3, handoff left side, the first down across the 45 and brought down near the 48. First down 10, wrapped up by 2 defenders on the far sideline.
And that was DeCameron White on the carry. Normally plays safety for the Riverhawks. Oh, rather. It's Dayton Bolin.
Nope.
Excuse me.
Nope.
Not a safety.
That's $1.
That's my fault.
From the short pistol formation, 3 wide receivers set. 1 middle linebacker creeping up. Handoff right side, cutting back left side across the 40. Dancing across the 45 and brought down at the 44. That's number 27, Dayton Bolin with the handoff yet again.
In the game for Lions on defense, I see Byron Beal at the front. I do not see any starters into the game for Lindenwood. A lot of these young guys, like we were talking about in the first half, getting a chance at seeing the field in an MIAA game, their home opener. I mean, it's just an all-around great feeling.
Blaine Armstrong, the original starting quarterback in tonight. He swings it out left side, complete across the 45 to the 40 and then some, maybe the 37. That's where they spot it. First down and 10.
You know what I've liked from both Armstrong and McKenzie so far this game? When either one of them wasn't in the game, they're not over there sitting on the bench, upset. They're still very much involved in the game. They're still walking up and down the sidelines, trying to give out signs to their quarterback, trying to make sure that they know what they're doing, calm them down. I really like that in a team player.
One thing I really dislike is powders. 4 wide receivers set. They throw left side complete across the 35-yard line. This team just looks mentally drained, but you're right. You have to get it to these 2 young men for really trying out there tonight, doing their best, even though their efforts came up way short.
And you can see Lindenwood's just playing in his own defense, not really bringing too many up front, just the 4 linemen that are lining up on the offensive line.
Play action
defensive
fake.
Line, rather.
Armstrong swings it out right side, complete inside the red zone, drifting to about the 13. Number 84, Jacob Drysdale.
And what was I saying about Isaiah Upshaw? That's the 3rd time he's been targeted this drive. Bakari Triggs on the bench, not any starters in the game for Lions that are just completely cover-hard corners in the game, and Upshaw's just been able to have his way with the open field. They're throwing it to him short, and he's making it a lot of yards after catch, or yak, as they say.
You bet. Armstrong swings it out left side, complete, making 2 defenders miss before being wrapped up inside the 10-yard line at the 9.
Upshaw again, just on a little bubble screen.
They have gone to that a ton here in the fourth quarter, just trying to get that completion percentage up. A lot of confidence throws from Armstrong as well as McKenzie here this evening. Inside of 8-10 left to go in the ball game. Quarter coverage on the outside. Armstrong back to pass. Fakes once, rolling out left side across the 10. Dancing near the 5-yard line, pushed out of bounds, and they spot it at the 6.
Good job by Calwan Street to force Armstrong out of bounds. I think he was thinking end zone. We're trying to scramble it in. This is actually the first time that Northeastern State's been inside the 10-yard line. That's how good this Lindenwood defense has been.
Well, at the start of this game, I said 31-21, Lindenwood would win, and they have really surpassed that mark here tonight.
I think you said 24-10.
I don't know. Maybe.
I said 35.
Did you? Okay.
It's okay.
Maybe Blair said it. From the short pistol, 3 wide receiver set, handoff up the gut, spinning inside the 5 to about the 4.
It's close.
Brought down by a host of Lions, or a pride of Lions, we should say.
It's very close. They're gonna put up 4th down. Oh, great stop by the defense. I thought from up here in our vantage point that they were going to get that.
4th down, 1 to go as the moon continues to rise. A man in motion from right to left. 3 wide receiver set, Armstrong. Trying to draw LU off sides, almost did.
That's the same thing that Lindenwood's been doing to them. If I'm Northeastern, I'm giving it to Dayton Bolin up the middle. I mean, that is a big boy as a tailback right next to Armstrong.
Bolin to his left, handoff Bolin. Oh no, trickery, fooled me, didn't they? Armstrong with the keeper, and he has the touchdown, the first TD of the night for the Riverhawks, and they add 6 more to their total.
And I guess that's why I'm not the defensive coordinator, Adam, because that's what everyone in the field was thinking. And that's great play calling by Coach Robinson on the Riverhawks sideline, doing what everybody thinks that they were going to do and giving it off to Bolin. Armstrong fools everybody and just hooks on the outside of the zone read.
My initial eyes were towards the running back right side between the tackles, but what a fake by the former Bolivar native, Blaine Armstrong. Snap is good, hold is good, and the kick is up. It is through. 49-10 our score, 6:42 left to play in regulation. Next up are the Ichabods. September
16th. September 16th. That's a Saturday. It's a Saturday night game. Beautiful under these beautiful lights that we have on the campus of Lindenwood University here at Harlan Stadium. Outstanding seating, clean-cut grass. I mean, we got everything here.
Clean-cut grass. Nothing like that fresh turf smell really on the dew at night.
I was more talking about behind the end zone and that grass over there, but hey.
It does look good.
It looks pretty. Let's head down to our sideline reporter. Joe Remmett, do you have something for us?
I do, and I'm standing on the fresh-cut grass there, guys. Don't worry about that. But like you said, the offense has been doing very well so far. Hopefully the defense can get some stops, and these second-string guys are proving what they're worth here, guys. Back up to you in the studio.
Great job, Joe. So we have heard many times, I have throughout my life, that puns are the lowest form of comedy, and we have really executed that tonight with the Hank likes and turf jokes.
Oh, you mean the grass?
The grass.
The grass behind the end zone's where I was talking. You saw me, Adam. I was pointing. I know it's that they're not playing on grass.
Under 7 minutes left to go, fourth quarter, 49-10 our score. LU, I imagine, would keep it on the ground for the rest of the game. 2 men back deep to return inside their own 5. A high kick drifting inside the 5, taken inside the end zone, will be returned to the 5, 10, dancing left side to the 20. Still on his feet, pushed down around the 25. We'll see where they spot it. First down, 10, Lindenwood.
And that's DeHarris Brown on the return. And I didn't expect him the knee. You know, with him, I haven't seen him in the game thus far. And being a backup kick returner to Triggs and Sparks, it's pretty hard to crack that starting kick returner spot. So he's got to try to prove something. So I think he did the right thing by carrying it out. Got an extra 4 yards than what he would have gotten mean. I'm okay with it.
So I'm going to keep this. This is the depth chart we have up here in the booth. And I want to keep it because in memory of Jeff Stugart's first win,
Yes.
whenever I'm 60 years old and I come back with my cane on campus here, maybe, 80 and, 60 years from now, I want to have this on my wall as a token of memory whenever this program takes off. Here's a handoff left side across the 35-40. Look at this. Sutherland spinning his way near midfield all the way out to the 47.
That's Sutherland's longest run of the game. That was 22 yards he picked up. I think it was about 18 after contact. I mean, the man kept going. He did not want to go down. Kind of a Marshawn Lynch type runner that we've seen from Sutherland tonight.
You betcha.
Myler running the offense very smoothly. Like a seasoned vet, I'd like to say. Because we're killing the pun game.
Handoff right side, bouncing back left side. Nash Sutherland across the 40, stacked up near the 38-yard line. Nice pickup on first down, and it brings up another first down.
And a lot of the starters on defense still in the game for the Ichabods. So it's not like when Lindenwood has put in their second stringers that Northeastern State did the same. This is how dominant and in-depth the offensive line is and how dominant the skill players are for Lindenwood.
3 wide receivers set this time, 1 tight end right side on the delay handoff. This time, the defensive line of NSU gets some extra push, still able to get 2 on the carry. 2nd down, 8 on the way.
See Justin Smith and the corner talking to each other. As on the sideline, actually, that was E.J. Ellion telling Smith, back up. There's no need for that. I like the intensity, but maybe not right now.
A little relax mode, maybe. Up 39 points inside of 6 minutes. 1 tight end left side, 3 wide receivers set yet again.
I want to see Max Myler throw the ball again. I know we probably won't, but I want to see it.
Sutherland. Gang tackled near the 30-yard line. Not a whole lot of room left side. I would like to see Myler throw the ball, but also Sutherland in space, maybe out of the slot. He seems like one of those slot guys that can really do a lot in the open field.
Yeah, maybe him out in a swing pass, or are you thinking maybe you put him out in motion and then give him a little bubble screen and allow the receivers to block for him?
Either way, I think that would be a pretty sweet setup. 4-3 defense, 4 high safeties. They go soft coverage on the outside. Myler, after 1 clap, back to pass. Plenty of time in the pocket. Fires left side. It is low. Did he hang on? Yes, he did. Nice catch.
Tyler Hogan on the catch. A great throw by Myler. That's the only spot that Hogan was going to be able to catch it. Northeastern State sitting back in his zone. A little bit surprising with the way that Lindenwood kind of is running their offense right now. I would expect to kind of pack the box rather than have 5 DBs out there.
3 wide receivers set, 2 men alongside Myler in the backfield. Nash Sutherland to his left. High snap. Myler looked confused, a little confusion on the play, gets a good block on the outside and dances across the 20-yard line inside the red zone near the 15. Good job to make something out of nothing there.
And that was Elliott. He came back to try to help his quarterback, and he, in the process of making a good block, he got hit pretty good by the linebacking core of Northeastern State. I think that was Lane Yoder on the play.
Take your time, Max Myler. Tie your shoes. Do what you need to do. Plenty of time left to kill. Time winding down inside of 3:30. Myler looking to a check down from the sidelines. 2 split right side, 1 wide left side. Myler backing up from the shotgun. Myler after a high snap, handoff up the middle. Spinning his way inside the 20-yard line, dancing inside the 10. Another nice carry. 1st down and goal, Lions.
That's another different running back we've seen. That's E.J. Ellion, who I was just talking about, trying to column Smith down on the sideline and made the key block. We're seeing a 4th running back in the game, still getting a good chunk of yards.
In no hurry. This crowd has stuck around as some are heading for the exits here this evening. The student section has been alive and well all night, giving away free T-shirts before the start of tonight's ball game.
See a man in front of the student section in the first row. He's got his face painted, and I love it.
Handoff right side. Spin move inside the 5-yard line to about the 4. That time it was number 23, E.J. Elian with the carry. Well, it's football from here on out, wouldn't you say? The NFL getting going, college football in full swing.
I mean, Thursdays and Saturdays here at Lindenwood, you're going to see some games, and we're going to see some great games. I mean, 49 points in their first game. That's more than they scored last year, right? Against UCL, they scored 47, I believe.
You got it. 2 split right side. Mailer from the shotgun, 1 tight end. 7 on the play clock. Almost had an offside call. They take a shot to the end zone, a jump ball. It is tipped and incomplete. Good look on the outside. He threw it to where only his man could get it. There is a flag on the play.
Now let's hear what the ref has to say here. It might be an offsides. Looked like he got a little bit of a head start.
Tad jumpy, huh?
Offside. Defense, number 56, half the distance to the goal. Repeat, second down.
The intensity has been so much tonight that when you look at this sideline of LU, the only guys sitting down are the ones getting talked to. Everybody else intent into the game, even late in the fourth quarter when the game's pretty well over. That's always good to see.
I mean, everyone's interested. I mean, you see how deep the roster is for Lindenwood and how many guys have gotten to play. I mean, the starters, instead of, just talking around the sideline, kind of like, oh, guys, yeah, we won this game. No, they're watching their teammates, and I think Jed Stugart really preaches that.
Whoops, what happened? There was all sorts of confusion. Probably a false start, I would imagine, as they throw the flag near the 10-yard line.
Well, I think the only person that had the wrong snap count was Akir Williams, the center. And that happens sometimes where everyone else is on one page like, okay, it's on 1. And then Akir Williams, okay, maybe it's on 2. And then he snaps it late, and then he gets called for the false start.
3? I thought you said 6. 2 minutes left to go, as the referees will back it up 5 more.
Waiting the play call on the sideline.
Now the referees have the football in their hand and will take it just a tad further back inside the 10, still near the 8.
So many lines in the field, like you were saying, Adam. I see that gold line, and I'm like, wait, the marker is a little short of the 10. I think they're on the 10.
2 men alongside Mailer in the backfield. Handoff right side. Nowhere to go this time. Slung down behind the 15-yard line back at the 16.
And we talked about that a little bit when Sutherland was in. He was going in between the tackles. He wasn't trying to bounce it outside. Elliott got a little caught there. He was trying to run a little bit of a sweep on that zone read by Mailer and just ended up getting caught in no man's land and tried to run back around, and that never works out.
Kalen Campbell, great tonight. Shaquem Morton, great tonight. Also a nice job from Nash Sutherland, and now E.J. Elian getting his first turns.
Outstanding rushing game. And we talked a little bit about that in the open. More of the passing game, but I've been impressed with the running game.
Hat on a hat, handoff left side. Good blocking up ahead, dancing inside the 10, brought down inside the 5. Another nice run by the LU backfield.
One great read by Mailer because he got stuck. He looked at Elian and he looked at the defensive end, and they're like, well, I don't know who I should hand it to, and the defensive end got caught in no man's land, so he didn't go after Mailer, and then Mailer ran off. Elian got to go run up straight field, and he had a burst of speed to make it 1st and goal.
The plan is to visit with Coach Stugart yet again after this one is complete. As we hear a lot of cheering from the crowd, Trevor James will check in the ball game, number 38.
The play clock is running down. Mailer's going to have to snap it. He's at 5 seconds. I don't think he realizes it.
4th down, 5 to go. 2 on the play clock now, 1, and LU will have to burn a timeout or take a delay of game here. And they elect to take a timeout, I believe. Yes, they do. 2 timeouts remaining, in which I don't think they will use the rest, as NSU cannot get on the bus soon enough.
A little bit surprised that they're going to use a timeout here. I understand it's 4th and 5, and the play clock is running down. Maybe you take the penalty. I mean, you're up 49-10 here. But I also understand it from Coach Stugart's perspective, which would probably be, hey, we're still working on things. Maybe you send out the extra point unit and try to field goal to keep coach or the kicker's confidence up. But maybe you try to go for it, because later down in the season, you're probably going to have a 4th and goal situation to where you're going to want to practice this certain play. Maybe you have a certain look you like, and you've been practicing, you want to use it in the game. So that's probably a good time to use that.
Also, it's not like he has his first string in either.
Right.
getting guys some work. I'm sure any coach worth his salt on the opposing sideline would understand that, right?
Of course.
2 split left side. 2 men alongside Mailer in the backfield.
There's some new faces in the game for Northeastern State as well.
4 down linemen. 2 in the mid-secondary. Everybody else back. Myler handoff left side for Jones. He is flipped near the 4, brought down near the 3. And LU will turn it over on down. So back to the Riverhawks with 40 seconds left to go in the football game tonight.
That was the 5th different running back we saw in the game for the Lions. He almost had it. He had a good first and second step as he tried to punch it upfield. Gained a couple yards, but, you know, when you're 8 yards out trying to run a play on the goal line, it's pretty tough to do in between the tackles.
The best thing about this LU team playing on a short week is they have all this weekend to rest up, get healthy, any cuts or bruises we may have, you know, soak in the hot tub.
Yeah,
enjoy
you got 9 days off now until the next game is until the 16th.
Enjoy a nice, long, refreshing weekend and get back at it on Monday. 40 seconds left to go. First down and 10 inside the 5. They go single back set, 2 wide receivers. Here comes the knee. Smart decision. Risk 0 injury, and that will do it. They don't have to run another play unless they elect to. So here we go. There's the Gatorade. Look for it.
I'm not expecting it, Adam.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he wants it.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. 15 seconds. Coach Stugart, very smart. He knows when to
head out to the field.
Head out when stuff's possible. I'm still not throwing it out. Maybe later in the locker room, but Coach Stugart for now is going to go shake hands. 4, 3, 2, 1. That's going to do it. So write it down in the history books, folks. Coach Jed Stugart has his first win ever as the new head coach of the Lindenwood Lions here tonight as he talks things over with the opposing head coach, Rob Robinson, who now moves his career record to 5-30 in his 5th season at the helm of NSU. Everybody lining it up, good sportsmanship. We always like to see that as Big Joe is ready on the field, hopefully, whenever we get time to visit with Coach Stugart. Until then, let's talk about the first string drifting all the way down to the 3rd string tonight. How level of a playing field it was for this team.
I was gonna say that exactly, and I think the big part of that though was the offensive line group that started with the first string actually was in there for the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th. Those guys played all 60 minutes, and they were just dominant. I mean, we didn't talk enough about them. The way that they were moving that front 4 for Northeastern State, it was like that they weren't even there. I mean, Northeastern State had to bring the rush every game, or every down. And we're going to head down to the field. Joe Remmett, is going to meeting with new head coach Jed Stugart.
Hey guys, I'm down here with Coach Stugart. Coach, how does it feel? First win as a Lindenwood head coach.
Well, it feels great. I mean, we wanted to come out and put on a good show for our home crowd in the first home game of the year, and is my first win with these guys. You know, I'm just really proud of how they bounced back from last week and had a good week of practice and believed in themselves. We got a little better this week, and I was real proud of them.
Very dominant performance from both sides of the ball. Even all 3. Special teams was doing really well too. Any positives that you can take into next week?
Oh yeah, there's still a bunch of things we got to work on. We got to work on some of our composure a little bit and some of the personal fouls that we don't really like. But you know, we're going to celebrate this win. And Rome wasn't built in a day. We're going to keep chipping away.
Exactly. Got to celebrate the win. Congrats again, Coach, for the win. Back to you guys up in the studio.
Hey, thanks, Joe. Real quickly, let's wrap things up. Your thoughts from tonight?
It was outstanding, and another great home opener for Lindenwood. I was really impressed from what I saw from the opening kickoff all the way to the very end.
49-10 our final here this evening. I'm Adam Ziski, Scott Mangiara, Joe Remmett on the field. We thank our crew, and we wish you a very good night.